So Hot Takes, the hottest sports betting podcast on the planet.
I'm Luke.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Sean.
Welcome back to Not So Hot Takes. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get into it, follow the Twitter at Not So Hot Takes 2_. Subscribe to the Spotify. Subscribe to the YouTube that will be coming up on this. This is our third episode recorded via video, but we're going to be putting this out on YouTube moving forward too for all you non-Spotify listeners. For whatever reason you like to watch us rather than listen to us, whether you're jerking off at work or
I've been there.
Not doing anything. Yeah, follow us on all socials. So let's get into the game. Sean, let's take us away.
All right, I'll start us off. Interesting week, I would say. There were definitely some good, some bad. None of us really pulled away or sank the boat this week. We definitely had a loser. I don't know if you could tell. I know it kind of looks like Sam's normal wardrobe, but here he is, the loser.
Should I address it?
Yeah, you can show it off, back it up, and show it off a little bit of a fashion show to start the week. Why not?
Yes.
So
Yeah, show the people.
this
Yeah,
is
show the
my
people, man.
In Your Dreams Brad Stahl shirt. And then I got this stupid ass fuzzy hat on. I think they're ears. I think it's a bear hat.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, I
Great
think
game.
so too.
Bear's
Yeah.
a great game.
Yeah, shout out JP. No free shout outs, but shout out JP.
Shout outs. No. Naked.
Picked out a beautiful outfit for the brother.
Kick his
Yep.
ass.
All right, but we'll get right into the games. Little recap to start us off, as we always do. Starting with me, for my NFL picks, I went 5-4. Starting on Thursday, 2 picks in the Thursday game, 2-0. Had Denver money line, Bo Nix.
Hate that
Defeats
guy.
Sam again. I think Bo Nix is 3-0 against Sam and 0-3 when he's been bet on by Sam.
Hate him.
And then I also had Bo Nix over 24.5 rushing yards. He had 75. He
Incredible.
beat Weaver and he beat Sam on the same week. Weaver because of his team and Sam by bet. So Sam, you could talk a little bit about that game.
I just want to be friends.
The boogeyman.
I just want to be friends. I'm wrong about him. Maybe I had to give him time, marinate in the pocket.
Oh, you're definitely wrong about him, but it varies by week how wrong you are. It's a different kind of wrong every single week.
Hey, he was my rookie of the year pick.
That's wrong.
Wrong. Way wrong.
It's still wrong. Just because he
Wrong
keeps
race.
beating you doesn't mean it's gonna be doesn't mean he's gonna win rookie of the year. But you can talk about your bet.
Well, it's terrible. I mean, he cooked. He went crazy. 76, you said?
75.
75? No, one off. I don't know how to gauge him. I really don't know. But all I want to say is Bo Nix, I would love to have a jersey signed by you. I'd love it. I would love
Yeah,
it.
shout
I love
out
that
Ginger
guy.
Weaver. She might be able to make that happen. She's good friends with Bo Nix's mother-in-law.
You're lying.
So no, they're in the
Talk
same
nice about him
sorority.
right now. Talk
Oh my
nice
God.
about him.
Bo Nix, I love your hair. I love you. You're a great
Mama
quarterback.
Weave's gonna be in Columbus Friday night. She's gonna be here. in
Oh
the
my.
stew.
Ginger?
Yeah, Big Ginger's coming up to Columbus on Friday.
Hell
night.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
Big fan of the program.
I wish I was in Columbus.
All right. Well,
What a shame.
Weaver, you didn't have a pick,
Understand.
but that is your team. I don't know if you want to have any comments.
Yeah, I want to be transparent with the listeners here. I was tuned in to the Mets game on Thursday night. I didn't watch much of the game. I went back and watched some of the recap. The only good thing that I can take out of this game is I did have Javonte Williams starting in my fantasy team. That's the only good thing I can say about it. I think being out Rashid Shaheed for the rest of the year and Olave was out for Thursday night did hurt us. We weren't able to do anything, and Kamara just got shut down. I mean, it's going to be a long season. I think the best thing we can do for our program is just continue to tank. We got to build around an offensive line. Our offensive line is absolutely horrendous. Our secondary is great. Our secondary is still a good team. We got beat in the run on Thursday night. I wouldn't say that we got passed all over. I would still say our secondary is pretty good. We just got to build an offensive line and get out of cap hell however we can do it.
Yeah, I'll tell you what doesn't help is re-signing not re-signing your overpaid old running back.
What is he, like 34? I don't even know how
I think
old
he's
he is.
31.
We're
Either
gonna
way. Yeah, go ahead.
Alvin
He's
Kamara.
gotta be up there.
Let's confirm his age. He was born July 25th, 1995. So what is
Damn!
it? I don't.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Damn.
So he's 29?
He's 29.
All right, but he signed through 31, and they're already $71 million in the negatives for cap. It doesn't make any
It's not
sense.
going to work.
I mean, it doesn't get much better. So our backup running back's not any good either. So
It's no bueno.
it's bad. It's bad all over.
Let me
Yeah.
play you a song on the words "Smileless Violin."
All right, well, moving on. Go to the London game. I had New England plus 5.5. I don't know if you follow the Twitter, you know the news about New England. They're officially banned. I'm not betting on that shit ass team anymore. I don't care.
I don't know why you took the underdog in London. The underdog in London never works out.
Because
never
it
works out.
has to come back eventually. There's regression to the mean eventually, right?
And you also took you bet against a team that has already been in London for 2 weeks.
Oh, but
They've
they
already been
suck.
adjusted.
No, they were in
They've been
London.
there for 2
No
weeks.
jet lag. They were ready.
They still suck ass.
Where were they? 1-4, 1-5.
They were the
They're
same.
both. They were both.
Yeah, they're the same record.
1-4, 1-5, either one.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I had 5.5. No one else had a pick in that game, right?
Hell no.
Nope.
Everyone else is smart. Like next game, I had Seattle plus 3 at Atlanta. They won outright by 20.
Insane.
Yeah, Sam had a little run in with that game. I'll let him explain. But like I said, Gino's a good quarterback when you can't get to him and you let him sit in the pocket. And Atlanta is like a bottom 2 pass rush in the entire NFL. He had all the time in the world. DK cooked. I know he's hurt now, but he still cooked in this game. Yeah, there was really no sweat at all in that game.
I wanted to bet on it. I ended up putting it in, but I thought the Falcons would win that. That's completely and utterly BS. Kirko, he's like Bo Nix right now for me. Anytime I bet on him, terrible. Anytime I don't, amazing. He's best quarterback ever. So anytime he plays the Eagles, best quarterback ever.
He had to have a heat check game. He had to have a heat check game.
I want Bo Nix though. I'd rather have Bo Nix. Yeah, I didn't end up betting it. Thank God.
Luke?
Yikes. I did not have anything in this game. I did enjoy watching the Falcons lose, though.
Okay. Well, my next pick was Miami plus 3.5. How they did not cover this spread is so beyond me. I had 2 picks in that game. My favorite pick of the whole week was under 44.5, and that hit with no sweat. I know Weaver also had that pick. I told him that was my favorite of his. That was my favorite of the entire week. I put 2 units on that one. I know that doesn't count for us, but I'm just to be transparent with the people. That hit with no sweat. I don't know how Miami didn't cover this spread. I mean, this game was close the entire time. They had so many chances. I think they might have at least missed 1 field goal. They probably should have won the game outright. I mean, Anthony Richardson, as Luke says, he's ass, and that's the only word we use to describe him.
Yeah.
But yeah, Miami didn't cover 3.5. So, anyone else want to comment on this game?
Oh, I would love
This game was a no sweat in the under at all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was a rock.
I saw
fight.
between Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, what do they have, like 3 targets and 1 catch between the 2 of them? And I think Waddle was the only catch of the game.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I had Colts -3. Should have lost this game because Anthony Richardson is terrible. Richardson, you are probably the worst quarterback in the league next to Deshaun Watson, who's hurt. We could talk about
R.I.P.
that. You deserved it. That's nuts.
Oh, we'll talk about it.
Oh my gosh.
We'll talk about it. Yeah,
Anyways,
we'll talk about it.
16-10. I had -3. They covered. Sorry, Sean.
That's fine. I mean, it was fluky as shit. So, like, I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at I don't even fucking know who played quarterback. It was Huntley, and then he got hurt, and then Tim Boyle came in.
Tim Boyle, baby.
As soon as Tim Boyle, Tim Boyle has the last 9 times he's thrown a singular pass in an NFL game, his team has lost the game. 1 pass. They're 0-9. I saw that stat on Twitter. Like, as soon as he came in the game, I should have known it was fucking cooked. What?
He's the emergency reserve, dude. He's terrible.
Yeah, well.
They got to put Flacco back in. They got to put my boy, the real Joe Shiesty, back in. I mean, I don't know why you want to keep going back to Richardson, but
Because you spent a top 3 pick on him?
Had to.
But covered my spread. Thank you.
Anything else?
Nope. This was probably the easiest bet of my life.
I told you I love that pick. That was
easiest.
Yeah.
43.5 is what I had it at. You had 44.5, 43.5. It is ridiculous. I legit had this at like a 35.5 line, which would have been a great line. But horrible.
Well, moving on. Next in the Washington Carolina game, I had 2 picks.
Oh my god.
I had 2 picks. My first pick was Chuba Hubbard over 69.5 rushing yards. When you get steamrolled by 80, it's hard to get rushing yards. That's really the story of that one. I don't think he played all that poorly. It's just they were down by 1 billion, so they didn't have a shot. And then my second pick was part of a teaser. I teased Washington down to -2. Probably should have just taken them straight up. But the other leg of my teaser was Pittsburgh +7.5 that we'll get into in a second. So that teaser did hit. Anyone else want to comment on that Washington game?
Luke, go ahead. I think you got a pick.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I had Panthers +8.5.
Shitter of the
I
week.
Yeah, that
Big
was
time.
bad. Whether you lose by 1 point or 32 points, it really doesn't matter.
You
So
just gotta get to 52%.
Was
Man.
it like 31-0 at half?
It was. It might have.
it was bad.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But yeah, as soon as I saw Andy Dalton throw that pick six, on their opening drive of the game, I was kind of like, this is cooked.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's kind of.
I mean, for whatever, I was still riding the Andy Dalton 1-win train of just like he got them their 1 win, and we'll talk about who they're starting next week. But
That might be all.
Yeah,
That might
bad
be
pick.
all he's getting them. What is 1 win?
their defense is so bad. So bad.
I saw somebody on Twitter say that they know how to fix Carolina.
I saw
They
that.
they needed to trade Leggett, Deontay Johnson, and whoever else the wide receiver 3 is.
Fuck they have.
Just go get insane offensive linemen, keep Miles Sanders and
Chuba Hubbard.
and then they need to draft
Genty.
Genty and run the triple option.
Yeah. Hire the Navy coach.
Yes, hire the Navy coach and run the triple option because they already suck, and that's the only way that they're going to win games.
That's crazy because I don't hate it either. That's the
I don't
worst
either.
part.
Yeah.
Sam, you
I don't think
they
they'd know how to stop it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had Commanders -8, probably the freest bet of all time. I felt good going into it, but then that first drive, pick six, I mean, it was poetry. We were going in for a good week on that one. They do 31 points, I think, at half. It was 31-0.
Something like that.
Me and Sean and our other friend Ben were playing poker during it, and we just keep hearing, Commander's touchdown, Commander's touchdown.
Yeah, it's like, oh my, Jaden Daniels is hurt, and then they just kept scoring, and it's like, oh, okay, so this is not going
Is
to
he
be.
good, by the way? Did he come back?
He's not going to play this week, but they said he didn't.
He's
I
probably
don't
not
think he
playing
didn't
this
break
week.
anything. But
That's
Mariota
not
looked
good.
good. That's the crazy part. He looked pretty good.
Tennessee's got to get him back. Tennessee's got to get him back.
That's crazy. Yeah, freest bet of all time.
Yeah.
Easy.
Well, my last pick of the week was the over 46.5 in Kansas City, San Francisco. Lost on the hook. Ended at 46. San Francisco had a 2-point conversion to make it an 8-point game with about 1:50 left. And I was sitting there sweating, and it looked like San Francisco didn't give a fuck about the play. He just it was an out route to Ricky Pearsall, and he threw it into the 30th row, and then they jogged off the field with no emotion on their faces. Meanwhile, I was sweating my balls off, and I lost. So, yeah, that's really all there is to say about that game. I don't know if anyone else had a pick in that game.
Oh, yeah, we did. We told you to tail with us. We were going to have a 3-way, Kansas City money line, but no. Yo, 13-1-1 as an underdog. That's all I'm saying. I'm giving them the ways.
Andy Reid, I think, is undefeated off a bye.
What's that?
I don't think he's ever lost. I don't think Andy Reid, as the head coach of the Chiefs, have ever lost off a bye.
No. Andrew Reid's a GOAT. I mean, all hail the great and powerful Patrick Mahomes.
I had no doubt in this game. Like, when I saw that they were underdogs, I was quite shocked.
Yeah.
I had zero doubt in this game, and that's why I also took them at +1.5, because I'm like, if I can just take them both, like, I obviously think they're going to win, so I'm going to take them at plus odds.
Right.
But,
It's free.
yeah.
All right, well,
Sam, you know, rock your rest of your bets. I think we have some more similar bets.
I mean, I'll just go gunslinger on these. Saints suck. Had them +3. Detroit, Minnesota. That was a letdown. I mean, Weaver. I'm going to tie
What
you
a
into
game,
this
though.
one. Shut up. That was. I would feel comfortable at 51. So should I take it under 51,
Because I bet it at-
Weaver?
I
Absolutely.
bet it at 49. I bet it under at 49.5. Why would I not take it at 51?
It hit in the first half almost. That game was insane.
No.
Dude, it was cooked from the beginning. Buffalo, I had -9. In the beginning, it looked terrible. I mean, what? It was 10-10 at half. They were down 10.
It was 10-7
It was
at half.
13-10
it was
half.
10-0 at one point.
Yeah.
It was 10-7 at half.
They ended up
yeah.
winning. What?
Yeah,
It was
10-7.
10-7 at half.
7, yeah. They ended up winning, 34-10?
Yeah,
That was all they scored.
No sweat.
It was free. That's all Oh, Houston Green Bay. I had it over 47.5. Didn't hit. Sucks. Still
And
love
you
Jordan
had
Love.
Green Bay -3.
I agree, Bay -3 as well. That game was amazing. I mean, Green Bay's kicker comes in, gets iced, and then says, "Okay, ice in the veins, field goal, we win." I mean, Green Bay's got a good shot. I think they have a great shot at the Super Bowl this year. I think they do. You call me crazy.
I think you're crazy.
All right. Well,
Their division's just insane.
Yeah, the whole division might make the playoffs.
they should.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be better to put an NFC East team in there, to be honest with you.
What the hell are you talking about? I don't want any NFC East teams in the playoffs right now.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It'd be better.
Oh, better than. I thought you said it would be better if you put an NFC East
No,
team. I was like, you're
no.
crazy.
I would rather give it to the Packers right now, to be honest. Cincy Cleveland, I had it over 42. Right when I put it in, I was like, I don't feel good about this, and I didn't, and it ended up not going over. But I had two bets in that game. I had Cincinnati -6, and I felt good about it until like the last 2 minutes.
Until Deshaun Watson got hurt.
Well, yeah. Once he got hurt, I was like, oh my god, we might be cooked, chat. But let's talk about that. Deshaun Watson gets destroyed. You deserve it. That is nuts, Luke. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah. I get it, but I don't like it. If that makes sense. Like it's a
It's
bit
not right.
horrible. It's not right at all. I mean, we don't sit here and want anybody to get hurt. We don't cheer when anybody gets hurt. That's not what we want, and that's not what we stand for as a podcast, as a united front. I'm gonna put my fist up. We stand. And so we do not stand for
Just
but
do
we
that.
do not stand for people who commit sexual assault. We do not stand with that. So I'm gonna put my fist down for that. And then
Dude, it's
but yeah, R.I.P. Deshaun. I think Jameis Winston might lead them to more wins than Deshaun was going to.
He'll play better. I'll tell you that for free. He'll be a
Yeah.
better quarterback than Deshaun Watson was.
Right, and so I think I'm excited to watch Jameis go under center at the Browns. We can leave that into next week. What was that? I think Sam. I think that wraps it up on your picks.
Yeah, that's all you, Weaver.
Yeah. I had Bengals -6.5. I actually don't think I said that on the pod. I think I missed that, but I did have Bengals -6.5. I should have put it on Twitter, but that was a win. Then my game of the year, Lions and the Vikings. Lions won the game, so I got the money line pick and I got the +2.5. And then I had them under 49.5, which was cooked, and then I doubled down at 51.5, which was cooked. So I split technically, but I still made money because the money line was plus odds, obviously. So we coming out on top. It don't matter for our show, but
He doesn't even need 52%. He'll still make money, man. This is crazy.
I'll
This
make
guy's
money
great. He
off
beats
of
the math.
45%.
He beats the math, man. It's unbelievable.
And then
But he's
Green Bay
Einstein.
-2.5. Lost on the hook there.
Rough.
Then we had obviously we talked Miami, we talked Panthers, we talked Chiefs, and then I had Ravens -3.5. Which
It was a sweat for
really
about
wasn't it?
7 minutes.
Right. And so R.I.P. Rashad White. I mean, that sucks for him to go out like that late in the game.
No, Chris
Not
Godwin.
Rashad White. I'm so sorry, Chris Godwin.
Godwin.
Yeah.
My fault.
We are.
I
Chris-
saw
Chris
the video of him on the back of the of the cart or whatever, and he just goes, "Man, damn shame." Like that's all he said, and he literally his foot was inverted. Like,
Yeah,
if
he
you
said,
go look
like-
at the freeze frame, his foot was inverted.
He was talking to the trainer who helped him with his last injury. He's like, "Back to work, Jack." That shit.
Yeah,
that shit's
same
crazy,
thing.
dude.
That's hard.
Yeah.
That's kind of hard.
He's a fucking dog, dude. I'm really pissed
Dude,
about that.
they're
Like, I
out Mike
love him,
Evans
man.
this week. They're out Michael Evans. They said they're like their week 11 bye. Like so, he's gonna be out for some time.
Mhm.
And then I can roll into my college football picks right before you, and then you guys can finish up yours. My first one I had Indiana -6.5, which that was actually the freest bet of the week. After that pick, I was like, man, I may go undefeated this week.
Dude,
I was like, this-
after Thursday night, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, holy
I was
shit,
like,
this is the
I
week.
might go undefeated.
We all.
And then I had Bama -2.5, which it's so hard for me as an Auburn fan to like cheer for Bama to like do anything good, but like I really thought that Jalen Milroe was just gonna outperform Nico, but that home environment just made too many mistakes. And
He did
that
outplay
pick that
Nico. Nico played like garbage, to be
He did.
honest. He overthrew
Yeah,
like
but-
80 touchdowns.
Yeah, but Jalen Miller did not play good either. That
No, he
pick
didn't.
that he had inside the red zone where he like just lobbed it up trying to go out of bounds and just threw it right to the linebacker that was sitting there. Then I had Michigan minus 3.5, which that was like my worst bet, and that was my worst feeling bet when I put it in. I was like, this is kind of a horrible pick, and they look like they're running an offense. They look like they're trying to run the triple option from the 1940s. And then I had Texas minus 3.5, which was their welcome to the SEC moment when they got dog walked by the dogs.
Holy Moses, dude!
At their
Oh,
home. Oh my god,
that was crazy.
And so I love that freeze frame of Eli, of Manning and Ewers making their Manning face like, on the sideline, just like shell shocked. And so that was great. I don't know what Steve Sarkisian was. I don't know what his idea was of putting in Manning Archie to the last 2 drives of the quarter, but then putting out Ewers because then you take out your starter who's like, fuck, I got benched, and then you're putting in Archie to be like stepping up, and then you take Archie out and put Ewers back in after he's probably mentally checked out and been like, yo, my day's done. They put a fork in me. But I mean, great week of football. Like we said this the past 3 weeks now. This is the best football season that we've had I think since my time being alive. Besides like cheering for fandom, watching Auburn's 2013 year of like the miracle of Jordan Hare and the kick six. But like overall, this is the best year of football I think I've witnessed in my lifetime.
I mean, yeah, we got Army and Navy ranked. That game is going to be insane.
Undefeated.
Dude. Insane.
Yo, but they made it to where it's this year I was listening to a
in
podcast
Baltimore
today.
isn't it?
Their game doesn't count. It's like an exhibition game because it's a week after the selection. So it's like it's always the week after all of the announcements are made and the final selection for the playoffs happens. So it's just like an exhibition game. So if I had to imagine if one of the team makes it as a group, I mean, they could still play each other in the American Conference final,
Right.
and that be a factor. But if one of them makes the playoff and one of them doesn't, the other team who did make it's just not going to play any of their starters. They're going to put their entire.
That's not true.
So
There's no way they're not going to bench anyone for the
No.
Army Navy game, bro.
No.
That's literally like the most important game to
you're
everybody
telling
on
me
the
that-
entire campus.
I understand, but you're telling me that if you're a freaking service school and you make it to the playoff, that you're not gonna rest your starter. You're telling me you're gonna risk some of your starters getting hurt.
Yeah,
in
but
an
this is the
exhibition
Army
game?
or the Navy, man. They've got different mindsets down there, man. Like this isn't just football to them. Army Navy is like the biggest moment of their entire lives.
Yeah.
Like,
They're
and I'm not trying to,
excited.
and that's not even a shot at all. Obviously, like this, I'm not saying like, oh, this is the biggest game of their life. Like, no, that shit means more than like any other football game, like ever anywhere.
Yeah, they're not going
I
to skip
guess.
out on it.
I like me. You could be right. I'm not saying you're wrong, but like I just don't see it personally.
Yeah. And then my dog of the week
yeah,
was
go ahead.
FAU. That was actually a pretty close game. I didn't watch it, but I kind of went back and watched the highlights and kind of kept up as a score because I'm not going to waste my time whenever
Your dog
I
of the
can watch
week.
Bama,
You're not
Tennessee.
going to watch your
My-
dog of the week.
Bruh, if my YouTube TV doesn't allow me to put it in an Octobox, I'm not watching it.
That's valid.
Well, fair. I guess I'll roll into mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
I had Texas -5, which they lost by 15, so I lost by 20. Like we said, I mean, we're putting Arch in and then taking him out.
Well, Ewers was hurt. That's why Ewers came out because he was hurt.
I
But
thought they
this,
took him out because he's ass.
no, the first drive was because he was hurt on the drive before. I don't know if he was still hurt for the second drive or if they were just trying to find a spark by the second drive and they knew it was going to get to halftime. But the first drive was came out because they thought he was hurt.
Okay. Well, okay, fair enough. He's hurt and ass. Illinois, the Fighting Farmers, Luke took an L to my boys.
Yeah.
Dude,
Illinois is the anti-Bo Nix and it's Luke's Bo Nix. That's really it.
I'm 4-0 or
It
5-0
is.
now. Bet on
No, they've won
Illinois
for me. They've won for me whenever I bet on them.
because you bet on them with me.
Okay, well they're the anti-Bo Nix for Sam. That's really all there is to
They're
it.
goaded.
If Illinois didn't exist, Bo Nix would have Sam in the shitter. That's all I know.
Wait until our picks. That's all I gotta say.
No. Oh, I
Wait
could
until our
have guessed,
picks.
man. They're underdogs again this week. I wonder if you're gonna bet them.
No, why? Why are you rubbing your hands together?
I mean, he's betting Oregon. He's betting
No.
Oregon. Just go
No.
through your picks. Just
No.
go through your picks.
No.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I will kill you.
We'll get there.
I will
We'll
kill
get
you.
there. He won. You guys won when he tailed
No,
you
I'll
last
kill
time.
you. I will kill you. LSU -2.5. Close. I mean, they thought the Razorbacks could keep up with Death Valley.
It was close for like the first quarter.
That was,
It was in
really
Arkansas.
impressive.
It was at Arkansas. It wasn't at LSU. It was
Yeah,
at
it wasn't
Arkansas.
Fayetteville.
I said that. You think Arkansas would keep
You
up with Death
said you
Valley?
said in
They
Death
bring,
Valley.
They bring it everywhere. They are the Grim Reaper.
Oh my
Dude,
fucking-
listen.
Except against USC. Just go through your picks,
Bama, Tennessee, over 56.5. I fell for the trap. Yeah, I fell for the trap. They got me. Milrow ended up being ass, and cooked me. So, yeah, I got catfished. I got catfished for sure. I was
Got
looking
him.
for a normal person, and I ended up getting a
Yikers.
blob.
He got a hot blonde, and then
Anyways,
he got a large woman.
yeah, heifer, as we like to say.
Oh,
Dog of the week. Oh, Illinois. They never let down. If this tells you anything, bet on Illinois.
Please tell me you took them as your dog of the week this week at like plus 700.
They were plus 950.
Oh,
you're gonna find out.
He knows
You're
the
gonna find
odds. That's a
out.
bad sign.
You're gonna find out. But I was 2-2 on college football Saturday. The Texas game, I was just like, okay, Georgia's legit. They're back to being normal. I really wanted the Bama Tennessee to go over, but LSU and Illinois, I felt confident. I mean, Dave Portnoy, I'm sorry, but those boys in blue and yellow, unranked, and they don't deserve a rank. They're playing like crap this year, and it kind of sucks because when Penn State, every single year, it was Penn State, Ohio State, Michigan, and we always competed. And Michigan's just a huge letdown. They got to figure it out. They got to get a quarterback. That's what they need. They're
Dave
dying.
Portnoy flashing that.
Oh
flashing
no,
that
I feel so bad for Michigan. Oh
Shit.
no.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying that. It's just it's
No, I know. That's what I'm
credibility
saying.
down. Well, I know.
That's
but,
what I'm saying.
It's
I don't
Big
give a
Ten
shit.
football. It's physical football, and they're playing like pansies.
No,
Portnoy-
they're playing hard. They have no finesse.
They're-
They can't throw the ball.
They're playing Big Ten football. They're playing Big
Too
Ten
much
football.
Big
They're
Ten
playing-
football. They're playing
They're
like
playing Iowa. They're playing Iowa football.
bad Minnesota teams. That's what they look like.
Dave, I'll take the $3 million, and I'll go undefeated. Give me the $3 million. I'm ready.
I think you
I'm
meant
ready.
defeated. Anyway, let me go
Alright.
through my picks. I went 2-2 as well. Go through. I had the under 56.5 in the Bama Tennessee game. I'm very confident about that. And then Sam picked. I felt even more confident. Now their defenses are. That Tennessee defense is really good. They're legit, man. And Bama cannot run the ball to save their life. It's like the most anti-Bama thing you've ever seen. They can't run. They can't run the ball. It's crazy. I'll go a little quick through mine. Maryland plus 7.5. Take the points. Leave them at the door, man. We don't need them. The Terps win it. They take the game. They block a field goal and save me because I tweeted about that call in that game. But you guys saw, if you're on Twitter, you saw what I said. Anyway, let's just keep moving. I had Kentucky money line plus minus 110. It moved all the way to minus 140 by game time, and then they lost by 28. So DJ Lagway is a good quarterback, and Brock Vandegrift is not a good quarterback. That's all I have to say about that. And then late night beef action, my dog of the week, and I have him plus 7.5. They're down
I love
8.
some late night beef.
I'm up until 1 a.m. watching this stupid ass game. They're down 8. They have the ball. They get to the 6-yard line, and then the dude trips and falls trying to catch the game-winning touchdown, and I lose both bets at the same time. So that
Electric.
I thought I was doing good. I was 4-0 on the week. I'm like, I'm going undefeated, and then that happened. I'm like, I'm gonna end up 500, aren't I? And I ended up 1 over 500. So that's college football for you. You love it and you hate it. I love watching it. I hate betting on it. What am I gonna do this week? I'm gonna bet on some college football.
Yes, I have more college football picks this week than I have any other
Any
other week.
I think I'm even. But we'll jump right into the games. We'll start with NFL. We always do. Makes a little bit more sense to us for some reason. Don't ask. We don't have that good of an explanation.
We don't got no clue.
Nope.
So we'll start on Thursday. This game is very interesting to me. Minnesota at the Rams. The Rams get Cooper Kupp back. Minnesota's off a tough loss, and they get 3 points on the road in LA. I have a pick. I have a lean, but I'll let you guys talk if you guys have a pick first. Over-under's
I
at
don't have
48, by the way.
I don't have a pick, but if it gets to 3.5, I'm gonna take Rams plus 3.5.
Yeah, heavy fade. I feel super confident in this. I took it the moment I saw it, minus 2.5 Vikings. Don't think about it too hard. This is a juggernaut.
Where'd you get it
team.
at
They
2.5?
just played another juggernaut team.
It was at 2.5.
Yeah, and it ended
I
exactly
always saw
how
it
you
at
thought.
3.
There were some books that get 2.5.
2.5.
It teetered at 3 and 2.5 the whole time.
Yeah, I'm looking at 2.5. Vikings minus 2.5. Like I said, two juggernauts played each other. It came down to the wire. It was a great game between two fantastic teams. This is a playoff contending team. LA Rams, probably not. I don't believe in the Rams. They get Cooper Kupp back. Ooh, who's going to throw it to him? I took him 2.5.
Matthew Stafford's going to throw it to him, the guy that gave him arguably the greatest wide receiver season of all time.
Let him the Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
My lean is Minnesota though. I'm talking a little shit, but I agree with what he's saying. I think the thing that matters a lot here that is being underrated is that Matt Stafford against pressure this year has been absolutely god awful, and that Rams O line is also god awful. It's a really bad combination against a team that has Brian Flores that's going to blitz, that's going to try and bring pressure on you. If the Vikings had like a top tier pass rusher to pair with the blitzes, this defense could go to even the next level. They don't really have one right now, but their scheme is good enough to where it hasn't mattered yet because they bring those exotic blitzes. And Matthew Stafford has been terrible against the blitz. He does get Cooper Kupp back this week. That's why I haven't bet it yet. But that aspect of it and coming off the tough loss, I know they go on the road on a short week now, and that's kind of where the iffy part happens for me. And LA is off that. It was a shitty win against Vegas. They didn't play that well, but Vegas sucks. They won by 5, I think. So it does feel like a major trap, but it also feels like 2.5 if you can get it there. It's like I don't think the Rams are going to win, but I'm not gonna. I haven't bet it yet. I'm gonna wait and see how I feel right at the end. But anyone else have any more comment, or should I just move on?
Move on.
I feel good.
We'll move on. What's next? Let's go here to this interesting game that I'm not going to bet on. We got Jets Patriots. I see value on the Patriots. I'm not betting them. I'm just letting you know. You guys can talk about this game. Leave me out of it.
I'm not betting on this game because one, I still don't know. I don't know my vibe. Like, I want to lean Patriots, but at the same time, I don't want to touch the game. I don't know how.
The Jets are so desperate, though. That's the problem, man. They're playing for their
ass.
season right now.
I know, which I see both sides, but I'm not betting this game. I'm not gonna bet this game.
Yeah,
I'm not
but
gonna talk about it anymore.
Fighting for your season doesn't mean beating the shit out of them. It just means winning. 7 points is a lot. I'm with Luke here.
I thought 5.5 was a lot, and then they lost by like 20 against the Jaguars, who had 1 win on the entire season. So
Right.
you can take them, man. You can have them.
One thing
I like Drake May, but man,
Yeah. One thing, I was looking. I kind of want to take a Devontae Adams anytime. I might straight bet it. I might put it on
I
Twitter.
feel like they're gonna
Look.
force feed him. He's gonna force him.
isn't he going to get shadowed by Christian Gonzalez though?
They're gonna force him the ball.
Yeah, but I still like I still like D Hop or not D Hop. I'm retarded. I still like Devontae Adams over Christian Gonzalez. I mean, a vet who's still like he's a good wide receiver. He's still a top wide receiver in the league. And I don't think it's gonna be a problem because then you're gonna have to match up Garrett Wilson too. So
That's what I'm thinking is that they're going to put Christian Gonzalez on Devontae Adams, and they're going to put Garrett Wilson in the slot. And who's their slot guy? Marcus Jones. Marcus Jones is like 5'7". I mean, I just don't see a world.
Garrett Wilson's like what 5'10".
Yeah, but he can get up. Marcus Jones isn't a make a play on the ball. He's like a catch a tip ball and run it back 45 yards type of corner. He's a really good punt return type of corner. He's not a guy that's going to cover your wide receiver 1B in the slot and shut him down. So that's my 2 cents.
It makes me want to take Garrett Wilson touchdown. Then.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
After you said that, I kind of like it.
I hate it now. You both like it now? I hate it.
3-way.
Maybe we'll see. We'll see when the odds come out.
Can we make this decision by the end of this podcast?
No, we'll wait for the odds to come
see-
out. We'll wait for the odds.
No. Are they not out yet?
They should be out.
The touchdown scores? I thought they come
No,
out
they don't
Thursday.
usually come out like
They're out.
Friday or Saturday.
Garrett Wilson plus
No.
145,
What's Devontae Adams?
plus 100. It's not even worth it.
Look,
Take a look.
I'll take a look.
We'll come to a conclusion.
I might have a pick in that
revisit
game.
it. I might.
I have a pick in that game.
I maybe have a pick in that game. All right, well, we'll move on. Another interesting game. We got Atlanta on the road at Tampa Bay, catching 2.5. Atlanta's favored by 2.5. Over under sitting at 46. Anyone have a pick in this game? Go once, go
I
twice.
do. I have a.
He
pick in
has a
this
pick
game.
in that game.
I do too.
Oh my! It's picks all around.
It feels like a trap. It feels like a trap. But I'm still taking Falcons minus 2.5. This is a get right spot for Atlanta. I mean, Tampa's down their top 2 wide receivers. Who are they gonna throw the ball to? Kate Otten, and then they're gonna try to force feed Rashad White the ball.
Trey Palmer,
And then
Jalen
back.
Trey
McMillan.
Palmer. Yeah.
Sorry, I really like Jalen McMillan, so that's the only reason I'll say that.
Yeah, but
I understand what you're saying. I do. I get it.
like it feels like it should be more points. Like on paper, it should be more points when you look at who's injured for Tampa. But I'm still taking Falcon minus 2.5. I feel all right about it.
Thank God you said that. I took Buccaneers money line at plus 120. I feel good about Baker. Okay,
It's always the money line, man.
Stop it.
Always the money.
Because I feel
I'm
confident.
just itching for that money line.
It's not even
man.
worth it.
Plus
2.5
odds.
points. 2.5 points.
It's always worth it. It's always worth it.
It's not worth it. Buccaneers money line, and I will tell you why. They just came off a heartbreaking defeat. Okay, they were getting their asses kicked, and they clawed their way back. They clawed their way back.
That
They
was
got
a heartbreaking
manhandled.
defeat.
Okay,
Yeah, they did.
they clawed their way back. Godwin's out, sets a fire under the other wide receivers' asses. I mean, they're going to get paid. If they play well, they're going to get paid. You're laughing at me, Luke. Usually when you laugh at me, I win. Plus 120. Take the money line. Take the money line.
I'm laughing because I don't agree with how you're saying it, but I also think that the value would be on Tampa here. I thought if this game gets to 3, I'm taking Tampa. I don't see it. I don't like it at 2.5 that much. This Atlanta defense is not good. Like they have like 3 good players, and Justin Simmons is one of them, and he's banged up. Like Jesse.
Yeah, but Baker Mayfield sucks right now.
It does suck.
I know, but like the Baltimore defense against the Atlanta defense, it's like night and day, man. I mean, the Atlanta defense is just so bad, and they can't get any pressure on the quarterback, man. They can't. I love Arnold Ebiketie, Penn State. We are. Holy Moses. Can they get one edge rusher to get a little bit of pressure? It would take so much off this defense's shoulders, but they just don't have one. So if it gets to 3, I'm going to take Tampa. 2.5, I still think there's a little bit of value there. It's a little bit maybe of an overreaction to the injuries, just because I like their backup wide receivers decently as well. But I don't know if I'm going to get all the way there to take that game yet. Moving on. Next up, we got Arizona. Fresh off a big win on Monday night, going on the road to Miami. Miami's 3.5-point favorites at this point. Over/under set at 45.5. I have 2 bets in this game. I have 2. Give me 2 bets in this game. I did something very similar to what I did last week, and I'm probably going to regret it again. Miami game, I have the under, and I have Miami again. I took Miami minus 3, and I had the under. I took it at 47. It's down to 45.5. Makes me feel good. Start with the under. Tua looks like he's going to play this week.
Whatever that means.
I don't think he's going to light the world on fire in his first game back. I don't know how you could trust him to light the world on fire in his first game back.
No.
And then Kyler passed the ball that well against. I mean, Chargers defense is very good. Don't get me wrong, but they didn't throw the ball well. Marvin Harrison is like a decoy at this point. He's a vertical route decoy at this point. So they're throwing their goal line passes to Greg Dortch. He scored this week. How many points did they put up? Like it was 17-15, I think. And so now you're telling me
it was 17-15.
You're telling me Miami with Tua off of his 80th concussion, first game back, and Kyler who
not wearing a Guardian cap either.
And Kyler fresh off a Monday night game on a short week, playing against
going across the country
on a short week. He's not putting up a lot of points right now anyway. And now he's playing Miami, who has a good defense. Like I said last week, this Miami defense is still very underrated. Their secondary is very, very good. And their pressure rate, I think, is number 1 in the entire league. I don't think I think it's a little bit of the scheme. Plus, their D-line is decent. But their defense is very underrated. And so 47 felt way too high. 45.5 still feels too high. I'd put this line at like 43.5 maybe. And then Miami minus 3. Like everything I just said about the Cardinals defense, the Cardinals offense against this decent Miami's defense. Arizona's defense is still terrible. They're still terrible. Justin Herbert threw for 380 against them, but he had 0 touchdowns because Jalen Reagor fumbled the ball through the end zone. Like he went off. Like Justin Herbert played very, very well. I don't know how J.K. Dobbins shit the bed because they can't stop the run either. I think Miami. I think they're going to win this game. I see it like as a 20-14 game or something like that, and I just don't. That's how I see it. That's why I got the 2 bets. I did the same thing as last week. Hopefully, I don't split again. Someone else talk about this game. I talked way too long. I'm sorry.
I'll go.
I don't have anything on this game, but I'm also. I don't have anything on this game, but I want to lean the under. I want to lean the under now that you're talking about it. I get nervous betting the
Take it.
game. I get nervous betting the game because it's his first game back. I don't know how it's going to go, but I think if I were gonna be betting when his first game back, I'd bet the under. So I want to see what Sam does, and if Sam doesn't, then
I've got the under. I got the
I'm
under.
taking the under.
Let's
I'm
go.
taking the under.
Three-way.
I'm taking the under. 3-way.
Come
Let me
on.
add it to my card. Let me add it to my card.
Come on, that was a good explanation too. I was cooking there, man. They let me
You
cook.
convinced me.
They let me
Convinced me.
cook.
Yeah, you did.
No, I already
convinced
had
me.
it. I already had it.
What'd you
can
take?
just,
What'd you take?
Threesome.
I took it today at 45 and a half.
All right.
45.
I
and a
still
half.
like it at 40. I loved it at 47 because 47 is that key number. 45 and a half, I like it still too.
45 and a half.
Anyway,
That's all. Next game.
hit the loop.
Move on.
We'll go to the next game. That was a lot of talking by me. Someone else is gonna have to. I'm gonna go to a game where I don't have a bet. 1:00 games. Detroit at home against Tennessee off a huge win. They're catching 11 points. Weaver was talking about how Carolina was gonna get the college football lines. Here we are, Tennessee catching 11 points on the road at
Yeah.
Detroit. Wow, that is a lot of fucking points.
It makes me nervous. It makes my butthole tight.
That's a lot of points.
That means he's got a bet.
I know. I want to hear it. I ain't got no bet, so I want to hear it. Weaver.
Yeah, I actually didn't bet the spread of this game, but I bet over 45 and a half. I bet under every single game that they've played in, but I did some research. Detroit hits the over 75% of the time off a win since 2010, and the Tennessee over hits 55% of the time after a loss. So my calculations are correct. It over.
This dude's a mathematician, man. He's been cooking recently. I don't know.
Over.
Yeah.
If you say Detroit minus 11, I'm going to explode. Oh, my God. Go ahead.
Detroit minus 11.
That's a lot of points, man.
It's so many points. I don't hate it, though. I just think it's insane because this is the most points we've seen. I don't know when the last time the line was this large, but I think
There's a couple this week. We'll get to them.
Yeah, I know there is.
I feel tight,
Yeah.
but they're a juggernaut. They might be the best team.
They're in the
I want to
upper
see them play the
echelon.
Chiefs.
They're
might
in the
be
upper
the best
echelon
team
with
in
the Chiefs
NFL.
and the
'Cause
Ravens.
I don't think Patrick Mahomes can get away with a bunch of flags and a bunch of. I mean, what? Right now, how many touchdowns does he have? 6.
6.
And he has 8 interceptions. 8. He's not going to get
Yeah,
away
he
with
makes
it.
it look good.
I have Detroit power rated as the third best team in the NFL right
I have number 1.
now. I have them third. I have Baltimore.
I
I
have
KC,
Ravens,
and then-
Ravens 1, KC, and then Detroit.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Look, you can't get away with mistakes against a team like the Lions, and the Titans make a lot of mistakes, especially when they have no quarterback, like absolutely none. I am a little nervous about it because 11 is insane, but I think they put that 11 there just so a lot of people would go on the Titans.
It feels like a letdown spot, though. No,
It does feel
like
like-
a
it does feel like a
huge
letdown
road
spot.
win. It was their first game without Aiden Hutchinson. That's a rallying spot. Now you come home and play against the lowly Titans. That's a lot of points. It's a letdown spot. It's a non-divisional game. Like
Or you roll through them. You just beat the shit out of them.
they could. Like trust me, they have the rushing game to where like they're a team where I could see they could just steamroll through a letdown spot just because they run the ball so damn well. But like
100%.
still, it's a lot.
I feel nervous, but minus 11.
It's a lot. All right. Well, what else? Moving on.
Nope.
All right. Another interesting spot. Talked about JMO getting the start
Yep.
this week.
I love this game.
9
I
points.
love this game. I love
Baltimore
this
is
game.
-9 on the road in Cleveland. First game without Deshaun Watson.
game.
Take us away because I don't got a pick.
I love this game. Browns plus 9.5. I got it at plus 9.5. Put it in. Winston is going to do better than Deshaun could. It's funny to me that the line was 9.5 until they officially announced that Jameis Winston was the starter. I honestly thought I was going to move to like 7.5.
The line was at
Winston was the
10.5.
starter.
Yeah, it was 10.5.
I know. I love this. I love Browns in this spot. You got Nick Chubb on his second week. He scored a touchdown first. Like he's gonna keep getting hot. Jameis Winston. I think Jameis Winston has better relationships with all the players than Deshaun Watson does. Their defense
I have different kinds of relationships. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, right. Their defense is bad, but it's not. Their offense is worse, and so I think that their defense is going to be able to keep them within 9.5 points. I
It's a lot of
think
points.
they probably might lose by a touchdown, maybe 6 points, but I think that 9.5 is a lot of points you got to cover. I'd bet it at 9 still.
Dude, two score divisional dog at home? That's insane. How many times do you get spots like that, and how many times does that road team cover that spot?
Never frequently. But who knows? This is a goofy year for the NFL. I think the NFL is just bad. I had this conversation with my coworkers. I think the NFL is bad. over 50% of the teams in the league are ass. Like, it's hard to watch.
Yeah.
I think there's just a lot of injuries, man. And I think
It's bad.
a lot of teams were one injury away from being bad, and a lot of those teams had that one injury.
Yeah, I mean, we can. I'm not gonna run through the division and do this whole thing, but like I would say 60% of the NFL is bad.
I would agree.
Yeah.
The entire NFC East is bad, except for the Commanders. They have a little bit of hope, but
Just tell us that you took Baltimore -9. I know you did it.
no.
I
I would listen. I was leaning the over 44.5, and now that Luke was saying that he believes Jameis Winston could come out. I mean, he got LASIK for God's sakes because he threw so many interceptions. When's the last time you heard of a quarterback getting LASIK eye surgery because they've thrown so many interceptions? Do we not forget who Jameis Winston is?
Let's eat a W, man.
Come on.
Do we? You took it too?
Hell no. I do want to see them win, though. I think it's the right side, though. I think it is. I'm not taking Baltimore -9.5 or -9 on the
I
road.
think a lot of people. I wouldn't be surprised if this line shifts, especially before Sunday, because I think a lot of people now with Jameis Winston starting are going to bet Browns.
I'm leaning the over.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all.
It's 44.5.
I don't hate it at all.
I like that. If it was at like 47.5 or something, it'd be too many points. But I think 44.
Yeah, it is still divisional. So, but like
Because
I still.
even if Jameis plays well, I mean the Ravens are the Ravens. The Ravens score what? 30 points, 35 points in this game. The Browns just have to score 17, 14 or 17.
I see it as like a 26-23 type of game. Not 23. No, like 26-20.
Like 27-20.
26-20, 27-20, something like that. Like Cleveland has the ball with a minute left and a chance to tie, and then Jameis
throws a pick.
Yeah, Jameis throws a pick and it's game over. But he plays well enough to keep him in, and it's a divisional dog. These coaches know each other. They know how to scheme against each other. That's why these divisional dogs cover at such a high rate. Anyone else? Any more comments, or should I move on?
Move on.
Moving on. Dr. Love gets
The
4.
Love Doctor.
He's a 4-point favorite now at Jacksonville. 4 points.
I have a pick in this game.
So do I.
Oh my, we all have a pick in this game.
It better not be
Uh-oh.
what I have. Weaver, go ahead.
Yeah, Weaver, start us off.
It feels like a trap. But I took Packers. I got it at 4.5.
Damn it!
That I got Packers -4.5. I think Jordan Love just continues to find ways to win the game, and I think the line would be closer to 6.5 or 7.5 if Jacksonville had lost to New England. But I think that because they ended up pulling away pretty handily, that it's only at 4.5. But it's in Green Bay, isn't it, or is it in Jacksonville?
No, it's in Jacksonville, brother.
I took Green
I
Bay.
still want to trust Jordan Love. I took Green Bay -4.5.
I took a -4 flat. Weaver, that's cooked. I should
Bro,
cash
what are
out
you
now.
talking
No,
about?
shut up.
I've
Come
done
on here.
better than you the past 3 weeks.
Pull up the stats. Pull up the
I'm
stats.
pulling up
Pull
no
the
stats.
stats.
Pull
I
up right now.
the stats because I'm
Right
explaining
now.
why I have
Stats.
Jacksonville +4.5.
Go ahead.
I got
Go ahead.
Jacksonville +4.5. War Damn Eagle, Mr. Tank Bigsby,
Okay, just
is taking over for Travis Etienne, and he's a good running
I've
back.
been trying to trade for him. And Mason Graybill's being a fucking idiot, and won't give him to me.
Sorry,
Tank
Tank Bigsby sucks. You should sell him in fantasy. You should definitely just
Yeah.
sell him.
You should sell him.
No,
right
he's
now.
playing well. He's playing well, and I hate to say it. Because I know that
Sam, I redact my statement.
Thank you.
neither one of you.
You're 44% better. Not even 52.
All right,
Jackass.
ladies, pull your
Sam.
panties up and stop. Pussy
Check the
fighting.
units. Check the units.
Stop scissor fighting. Let me talk about
Quality
my
over
pick and why
quantity.
you're gonna lose this pick.
Bro, all your units are up because of the one parlay.
All right, God damn. You guys talk about how
Did
we
like
go
3
over.
of them.
All right. Well, Jacksonville's going to cover this +4.5. This feels like a letdown spot for Green Bay. Green Bay beat Houston last week because C.J. Stroud threw for 86 yards. He was 10 for 21. The Green Bay pass defense, to me, it's good. I don't know if it's that good. I think that Houston without Nico Collins, it was kind of a letdown spot there anyway. Now Green Bay with a huge win against a good team. It's their first good win. Their first good win of the year. And now they go on the road to Jacksonville. It's a letdown spot of the century. I don't think they'll be able to run the ball that well. I think that Jacksonville will be able to run the ball. And I think Trevor Lawrence, maybe his receivers will catch a couple balls this week. Who knows? Trevor Lawrence, I hate to say it, he's not playing all that bad. He really isn't. He really isn't. He's not.
Mighty turn. How the turntables?
If his receivers could catch the ball, like Sam's been saying, he'd be looking a lot better than what he is right now. And then,
I agree.
like he's not. He's playing pretty well. Now the rest of their offense is not playing all that well. Brian Thomas Jr. is a good player. Don't get me wrong. He's playing well. Gabe Davis still sucks. I still have a vendetta against Gabe Davis. I don't really know why either. I just think he sucks.
Gabe Davis touchdown.
4.5. It was a lot of points for a letdown spot. I have it as like a 2.5, especially on the road in that kind of a letdown spot. I would put it at Green Bay -2 probably, and 4.5 felt like too many points. I think they could backdoor cover this game with a late touchdown for no reason, and you guys will be sad.
I'll be happy.
Probably.
And Jordan Love will still not win MVP.
I'll be happy
Nope.
on my golden toilet after the game.
Yeah, whatever you say. All right, well, next game. We got another divisional spot here. Houston, as we just talked about, off a tough loss at home, gets Indianapolis coming to town. Houston is a 5-point favorite. The over-under is at 46 flat, actually.
I do not have a pick in this game.
I have a pick in this game. I'll start us off. My favorite under of the week last week was Indianapolis against Miami. This week I bet the Miami under, and I'm going to bet the Indianapolis under again. I took it at 46.5. Talked about it. None of us believe in this Indianapolis offense under Anthony Richardson to go off and score a lot of points.
Nope.
I just don't trust them.
Ass.
Houston's offense without Nico Collins clearly took a step back last week. I understand it was a tough loss. I do lean Indy here also. I think 5. If it moved to 6, I was going to take Indianapolis. Now that it's moved to 5, I'm probably just going to stay away. But I did lean Indianapolis here, like we talked about, those divisional dogs. I know this one's on the road, but still, it's a lot of points for a team that's
5 is such an odd number.
It's a lot of points for a team that's not playing that well. You get that key number of 3 and 4 still. Like, I'm still looking at it. If it gets back up to 5.5,
Dell,
I might
4
look
targets,
at it.
no receptions.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But the under 46.5 for these teams that are they know each other pretty well at this point. Anthony Richardson starting. I don't know if Jonathan Taylor is going to play for Indianapolis. Even if he does, it's his first week back after 3 weeks. 46.5 is pretty high, especially like I've said 3 times already for this Indianapolis offense. I took the. God damn it, man! Leave my unders alone.
Your underwear.
All right,
I got it at -46. No Diddy.
Not my number.
Same thing. I mean, Cole scored 16 points. Anthony Richardson, AR. No.
They are ass.
Yeah. AR what?
Arse. They are ass.
AR ass or
Ass.
yeah.
Ass.
No. Cancel him. Same thing Sean said. Neither of these offenses explosive at all. And AR sucks.
I'm saying I'm a genius. That's why you followed my pick, obviously. Big brain for me.
Big
You
ass
follow
head,
behind
too.
me. Yeah, well, I
Big
got to
ass
fit the
head.
brain in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe that hat fit on your giant
She
ass
got
head.
that cranium. She got that cranium.
This hat's fire.
All right, before we move
Got
into the
ears.
late slate, though, fellas, it's time to play our favorite game. Sam, play the theme song.
I do it.
Sean, play the theme song.
Sean, play the Name that ticket price. What do we pick? The most expensive and the cheapest games to go to. Week 8.
All right, if someone could take that clip and auto tune me and make me sound good, that'd be pretty cool, man.
That'd be great.
Shout out to the listeners, man. Someone do that for me.
All right. I will say that the most expensive ticket is very expensive. And
I think I know what it is already.
it's not
think?
really anywhere close.
I know what it is already.
And the cheapest ticket is very cheap.
Cheap.
Very cheap. I
Hmm.
think it's the cheapest one we've had all season.
Literally.
I think I'm really starting to enjoy this game. Would we?
What do we?
Would we love this game? All right, I'll go first. Is the most expensive game of the week Minnesota at LA?
That is not the most expensive
I went for the LA
Game.
tax.
of the week.
And
That
I-
cup ticket price currently sits at 130. Nope. Nah,
Idiot. I'm an
it
idiot.
currently doesn't.
You possibly could be.
Why am I tripping? Where is this? Oh, it's $52 to go to that game.
Damn, in LA?
All right.
Yeah.
Let me. My most expensive ticket.
Yeah, this. I feel like I'm an idiot.
I think just because of last time, I'm going with Steelers Giants in
What?
Pittsburgh.
You're an idiot.
It's in Pittsburgh.
You're-
It's one of
I
the
thought
most
I was
expensive
an
last
idiot.
time.
Pittsburgh.
dumb.
No, is it San Francisco, Dallas?
No, it's not.
Damn.
What is it?
Yeah, tell us.
It is
Bengals,
the
Eagles.
same place as last week. The Las Vegas, Kansas City at Las Vegas. $233 to go to that game.
Okay.
Really?
The cheapest ticket. Come on, let's hear it. What do we got? Cheapest ticket.
Two.
Oh, it's gross. These are all disgusting, man. You go first. And Steelers, you're an idiot, man.
Yeah, you're a moron.
Bengals, Eagles.
No, it's not Bengals, Eagles.
No, that is 170.
I was gonna
What
say
the
they're really expensive. That's why.
Why?
Um,
I'm clueless. This week's got me.
shit. Arizona.
Nope. That's the second cheapest.
Damn.
One more combined guess.
Yeah,
All right.
Sure.
one of two.
What are you thinking?
It's either the Jacksonville Green Bay game or it's could be Carolina Denver. Fuck. All right,
That's what I was looking at.
just spray one. We got it.
Denver, Carolina.
Nope. It is Baltimore at
Damn
Cleveland.
it. Damn it.
For $15, you could walk into that stadium.
Damn.
Less than a beer in Lincoln Financial.
In most stadiums.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
All right, let's go. Let's run through this late
we
slate.
suck. Kennesaw State just won as a 27.5-point underdog against Liberty.
You're kidding.
Holy shit.
They beat them.
They beat them.
Oh my God.
Holy
oh my
shit.
God.
They were the worst team in the country. All right. Well, let's move on. Buffalo at Seattle. Seattle's 3-point underdogs. And the over-under's at 47. I do not have a pick in this game. Weaver, what do you got?
I have a pick in this game.
Uh-oh.
I have Seattle
Plus
plus
three.
three.
I knew it.
Seahawks cover 50% clip as home underdog since 2010.
But you need 52 to make money, man.
Damn it.
Whatever. I think Seattle's offense is super explosive. I think the Bills' defense does look good, but I think overall that the Seahawks should be able to cover this game, especially being at home of the 12th man. I really don't see in Buffalo having to travel across the country, coming off. I think it's a letdown spot for them.
Huge.
So we're gonna see. But I feel pretty good about this game.
I mean, I agree with you. I almost took the money line for the Seahawks because I'm Mr. Moneyline, Mr. Franchise. I feel good for the same reasons. I think it's a huge letdown spot. We saw earlier in the year, I forget who, but the Bills beat the crap out of I forget who it was in the next week.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, next week they couldn't put up more than 13 points.
Well, that's because they played a good team.
Okay, Seahawks. You don't
Just
think
a bit of
Seahawks are a good
Ravens.
team?
Seahawks are not a good team. They're decent. They're not on the level of the Ravens, though.
No, I wouldn't say that.
I
think
don't
they're
know.
Competent.
I don't necessarily see it as a letdown spot. I see it as they just beat the shit out of the Titans because the Titans suck. And that's kind of it.
It's one of those questions: Are the Bills good, or did they just play Tennessee?
Yeah. I was also leaning the under. I don't think they're going to score. I think it's a letdown spot. I don't think you score
I don't know,
34.
I bet the under.
two weeks.
Like same with the Lions. I bet the under for the Seahawks every single game, and then they come out and put up 27 points in the first half.
I don't know. I don't got anything. Those are my thoughts.
Next game.
That Lions Seahawks under that Weaver had lives in his head rent free, bro.
Yeah, it does.
All right, next game, 4:05 in LA. We got your New Orleans Saints catching 7.5 at the Chargers. Over
That's
unders
insane.
at 40.5. This game is gonna.
I didn't bet this
suck.
game, but it's gonna suck. It's gonna be a stinker of a
I
game.
bet this game.
It's gonna be an absolute stinker of a game.
I have
Sure did.
I genuinely have the Saints as like a bottom 2 team in the NFL right now with
What's
all
the
their
total
injuries.
points? What's the total points?
It's up to 40.5. Ooh, big number.
Holy shit.
I don't know.
I was thinking it'd be like a 37.5.
It opened
line,
at like
honestly.
38.5, I think.
I'll rip the Band-Aid off.
Don't say Saints plus 7.5.
Saints money line.
Are you
No
serious?
way. No, wait, for real?
Felt good. I feel good. This is the game that they turn it around. They can. I know they're terrible, but they cannot be dog shit for multiple weeks in a row.
Yes, they can.
Shut up. Listen.
They don't have any offensive players.
Oh my god.
Listen. This is a smaller.
Olave's back this week, but
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Oh, you
This
still have
is-
Spencer Rattler, quarterback.
yeah, and no offensive line.
Listen,
And a Kamara who just is footing it in until his extension's up in 2 years.
Means, man. Take us to the promised land. Bub Means, if you can hear us, Bub Means.
Saints money line.
That might be your worst bet on the podcast so far. I'm not gonna, but it's either that or Wisconsin money line against Bama. It's one of those.
But that was just a what
It's
do you
up
call
there.
it? Yeah, it was just
I'm gonna say, I'll be the one that looks like an idiot when they win this week. That is your worst bet so far.
that was a
on the podcast.
vendetta.
That
bet
is.
against Weaver, the Wisconsin. I didn't even feel good about that. I was hyped up, man. I felt like I was on an Adderall. Saints
Love that.
plus 260 money line. If they lose, I'm happy. Weaver's upset. We're fine.
I'm already upset. My season's over. The Mets are out. All my football teams are terrible. The only thing I can hope is that the Grizzlies have a good season.
All I have left
a
is Spider-Man.
bet- and yeah, I have a bet with one of my coworkers right now for the Grizzlies and Jazz game because he's a Jazz fan. So we have lunch. We have a lunch bet.
Boo hoo.
I'm still in shock by what you just said.
Watch him win.
Okay, sure. I might just tease the Chargers down out of spite now. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, like -2.
Tease it down to 1.5. Maybe take Tampa up to 8.5. I actually might put that in right now. That sounds like a
What is it? What are you teasing?
tease Tampa up to 8.5. Tease the Chargers down to 1.5. You just took the Saints money line.
You're a moron.
No.
You're an absolute
You
moron.
both hit.
Because of Tampa.
Is that hat
Oh.
cutting off circulation to your brainstem?
Might be the shirt, man. I feel like a
In your
bad man.
dreams. In your dreams.
Like a bad.
In your dreams. Okay. Saints money line. Keep going.
All right. Well, I
Well,
did. I skipped over one of the 1:00 games, so I might have to go back to it because it's at the top of my list because it is my favorite team. The Bengals are at home against Philadelphia. They're catching 2 at home.
Big game for the hat for 66% of the pod this week.
Yeah.
I have 2 picks in this game.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
Fuck. Just hit me with it.
I have Bengals -2.5, and I have over 47.5 points.
I do like the over. That's a good pick.
And so I think Joe Burrow's heating up, and I think it's also one of those games where we say, are the Eagles decent, or did they just play the Giants?
Say the same thing
It's-
about the Bengals, though. That's the problem.
You could, but going into Cincinnati, Eagles off of a big one. I think it's an Eagles letdown spot.
They beat the shit
I
out of the
think that-
Giants.
Yeah, I think that I think Saquon poured his heart and soul into that game, and I think he's
Bro, we
Not gonna have a
can't.
good
We
week.
can't stop the run, though.
neither. I don't. The Bengals couldn't stop, or not the Bengals. The Eagles couldn't stop a nosebleed either. They played an Eagles team, or they played a Giants team that had no Malik Neighbors and Danny Jones, and like, what are we talking about?
Neighbors did.
Joe
play.
Burrow's heating up. I think that they're going to throw all over James Bradbury and whoever else decide, Darius Slay, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase are going to have their way with that secondary.
78.5. Excuse me. 78.5 over under for rushing yards. Betting on this. I'm probably gonna watch
We'll
it
just
with
enjoy the
Sean.
ride.
Yeah, I like the over though.
You guys,
I do like the over. 2 bad defenses. I like it.
I mean, if you're going to bet anything in a game where you like or cheer like in, that your team's playing in, you bet the over
Yeah, just a lot of points. Make it exciting.
because you just like want them to score.
You want to
every
take the
time.
over? Come on,
I'm not betting on this game.
it'll be fun.
I already have way too much invested into this game, and I don't need actual
Friendly
US,
bet?
US currency.
Friendly bet?
I'm
Friendly
not,
bet?
No, I'm not friendly.
Do
bet.
like dinner bet.
Yeah,
do like
dinner.
dinner bet. Winner pays
Wings
for
bet.
dinner. You guys go to Bailey's or something and get and whoever wins
I'll pay
pays
for
the
beers.
other person's
Yeah.
beers.
All right.
Winner pays for beer.
Right here.
Shake on
Shake
it.
the hand.
Live on the
No,
pod.
my
Shake the
hands
hand.
are sweating too much. I'm too nervous.
Mine are
over this
sweating
game.
too.
Shake it.
Mine are
Shake the
sweating.
hand.
Dude,
Beer,
your hand,
beers bet.
dude, they're clammy. Not even clammy.
All right, you don't have to be a jackass about it,
I'm just saying.
Yo.
You're that nervous?
Fresh, full of lotion.
jackass.
That Diddy lotion.
All right, next game.
Moving on. I don't know how the Bengals are favored in that game. I do just want to say that. I don't get it.
He's depressed already.
I don't get it. No, I'm not depressed. I'm
Then they're gonna
nervous,
win.
and I don't know
They're
why
gonna
we're
win.
favored.
But Sam's the type of fan
How
who the
long
Eagles
did you
blow,
my
he's
team
going to be
wins the
fine.
fucking game?
If the Eagles lose, Sam's going to be fine 5 minutes after the game's over. If the Bengals lose, then Sean might
This
hang
whole
himself
week.
up.
I might miss
Yeah.
the podcast next week because I'm going to be hanging from my closet.
Halloween podcast. Little special. We're going to be wearing Halloween costumes.
Way to spoil it,
Yeah.
dude. Jeez.
I'm letting them know, dude. Get him excited.
So much for the surprise.
It's not a
I'm
surprise.
going as Jamar Chase, man. You know me, so
Yeah.
creative. I look just,
Yeah,
I look just like him. I'm pretty much twins with him.
Twins. Yeah, twins.
All right, next game. Chicago at Washington. Marcus Mariota starting. They're catching 2.5 at home. Or they're 2.5 point underdogs, sorry, at home. Over-unders at 43.5. I don't got a bet in this game. Weaver.
I have a bet in this game.
So do I.
Spray the board.
I
don't
bet
you?
under 43.5. Well, I had at the time when I made my pick, it was Daniels was doubtful, but with him being out, does the same thing for me anyway. And the under hits 58% of the time of Bears games off a bye since 2010. So I feel pretty good about the under.
Commanders money line.
What? Bro, you
I don't
are. I
believe-
think you might. Do you ride the short bus?
Huh?
Bro would take the
You
school
rode
of
the
the
short bus
blind
today?
money line against the Panthers. If
Yes,
it was
he
plus
would.
Funny
800.
story. I rode the short bus to school in elementary school. Quick story. I went to Bishop Guilfoyle in New Jersey, and I always got on the bus, and the girl who sat next to me had her own special chair, and I thought she was the
You
coolest
raised
ever.
up the girl in the wheelchair?
Listen, special chair. She always gave me her corn pops in the morning, so we were good friends. The kid in the back was always really hyper. My brother hit him in the forehead with a spoon. But she would always decorate the bus for every holiday, always give us candy. And then my mom told me when we were about 18 years old that we rode the short bus to school. So I just thought I was riding the fucking magic school bus, but it turned out to be a short bus. I mean, it was always
So you raised
decorated
up
candy.
so you raised up the disabled kids?
I mean, I guess free
You
corn
would,
pop.
so you would spit game to girls in the wheelchair, say, hey, nice wheels.
Yeah, and then
She was trying to catch a ride.
Nice kicks.
I really like your shoes.
Nice ride, man.
That's
Um,
right.
Yeah, I rode the short bus. So yes, I do ride the short bus.
Yeah. And then in connection with that, what was your bet on this game?
There's money line
Did you take this before or after you found out that Jane Daniels was out?
after. This is Mariota. Mariota Magic, not Minshew Magic. Mariota Magic.
You better hope it's not.
Mariota
Minshew.
hasn't had magic since he played in Oregon.
Stop it. Believe in the Bears.
I saw
Believe in the quarterback.
he threw a touchdown to Zach Ertz last week, and someone tweeted saying, "This is what Chip Kelly was thinking in 2014." Anyway, Weaver, you don't got a bet, right? Oh, you had
I said I
the
got
yeah.
the
You
under.
said yours. You said yours. That's right.
Short
Get the
bus.
under.
Next game. This game sucks. Carolina 10-point underdogs at Denver. What the? Bryce Young
I
starting
didn't
again.
bet this game.
Bryce Young starting again this game. Welcome back, Bryce
Sam
Young.
probably bet it.
Sam took Carolina money line.
No, I didn't even. Dude, -10. Bo
Don't
Nix is
bet on
-10.
Bo Nix, man. For the love of God.
Luke, I need a signed jersey. I need one. I'm wearing it
Bro.
for the next podcast. Make it happen. I'm not taking it. I might take the under. They're both ass.
It's at
Bo
40,
Nix is-
41 and a half. It was at 43, and then they announced that Andy Dalton got in that car accident and went down to 41 and a half.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sprained his thumb in a car accident. That's why Bryce Young's playing.
Shout out Miss Smoke. Hopefully she's listening to the pod.
Get well soon, Red Rifle, man. We love you.
Yeah,
Cincy
man, we
fans
love you.
Man, whatever. KC on the road in Vegas, 10-point favorites. That's a divisional dog at home over a touchdown. Weaver, tell me you took Vegas plus 10.
I didn't bet anything in this.
Nah.
I want to though.
You wanted to.
I want to though.
Why not take it? Just take it.
I want to. But I'm now. I'm just.
I want to so bad.
I want to.
You close
I want
one
to take
gym.
Kansas City though. I want to lean Kansas City only because I know D Hop isn't like prime D Hop, but the fact that everything that Kansas City hasn't been able to do right, which is throw in his own coverage and throw that deep ball in his own coverage, D Hop is very good reception percentage, throwing into zone, receiving in zone coverage and receiving over 8 yards downfield. So I don't really know if I would lean anywhere. I'd lean Chiefs, and I'd probably lean over whatever D Hop's receptions are for the game, probably 3.5.
Dude,
But
it's gonna be up there. They're gonna spike that up because everyone's gonna want to bet it.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just don't. I don't like it. I'm not betting it. Won't even watch it probably.
Sam, Raiders money line.
No. Nothing. Keep me away from this.
Brad Stall.
But we know that the Chiefs are going to win by like 17. I don't have the biggest.
I don't know if we know this. Mahomes doesn't cover big spreads well. He doesn't.
He doesn't play well against Vegas either.
He never does. They still could cover. Don't get me wrong, because
Max Crosby's going to give him.
they're
some
much
problems.
better than Vegas, but he doesn't cover big spreads well, and he doesn't play well against bad divisional opponents. He never does.
Max Crosby's
money
going to
line.
give him.
They lost to
Max
Vegas
Crosby-
last year at home.
Yeah, Max Crosby gives him some problems. He lives rent free in Mahomes' head.
He does.
He does.
He does. Hopefully, he's a Bengal by the time the game comes around.
Way. Nope.
All right. Next game, Sunday Night Football. Dallas is down to +4 in San Francisco. San Francisco going to be without Ayuk. He's done for the year. Debo says he's going to be playing.
He has pneumonia. He's not playing.
No, he said he's playing. He
fine.
commented on that kid's TikTok that was crying and said, "I'm good, kid." So it
He's not playing.
seems like he might play. He's out of the
He
hospital.
was in the hospital.
He's out of the
on Tuesday.
hospital.
I understand, but he was in the hospital with pneumonia. Also, fuck Debo Samuel because I had him in my fantasy league, and he's like, I'm playing. Leaves in the first quarter because he has fluid in his freaking lungs or whatever it is. Like, sorry you had pneumonia, but if you have fluid in your lungs, you should probably sit out.
That's a
Then I could have
serious injury.
started somebody.
Serious injury. I was leading 49ers -4. The Cowboys suck. They suck. Dak Prescott sucks. Them losing Ayuk, a little
Sucks.
shitty. Yeah, Debo.
Off the bye.
But the thing with pneumonia, whoa.
Pneumonia.
Pneumonia.
Bro's just
Pneumonia.
making
Short
shit
bus.
up.
Short bus, yeah. Fuck you, Weaver. Pneumonia.
Did you spell pneumonia?
Petunia.
Yeah. Hold on.
Don't Google. No.
Hold
No,
on.
no. Put it down. No,
What's
no,
it
no,
start
no.
with?
Put your phone down.
What's
Am
it
I
start
looking-
with?
P.
Thank God.
Do you want me to
Yeah.
spell it?
What's the next one?
No, just
Yes.
P N
Spell it.
E
N.
N.
Nope, wrong already.
Damn.
Pneumonia?
PNEU.
Kabara Goya. I know this.
I know this.
Leading -4. That's all I got. Leaning.
Weaver, did you take anything?
No, I didn't.
I,
I don't have any more NFL picks.
I am going to take San Francisco, but this line keeps dropping, so I want to see how low it'll go.
How low will it go?
Because
Can you go down?
if this
low?
gets to
all
3.5,
the way to the flow.
hokey pokey my way ass in there if it put 5 units on it. Now I'm playing.
Holy shit.
I'm kidding. But if it gets
A
to
whole
two,
$5?
shit, I might put 50 cents on that mother.
Like it never gonna stop.
Come to bring me my mind.
Tell 'em bring me my money.
I'm taking San Francisco, but I want to see if it gets to 3.5. If it gets to 3, we'll see. But if it starts looking like it's going to go back up with some buyback, I will get in on that. But I'm going to be taking San Francisco. Last game, Giants at Pittsburgh, the most expensive ticket, as Sam says it should be. Russell
Moron.
Wilson is catching 6.5. 6.5 point favorite at home against Danny Dimes. Weaver says he doesn't have a pick. Sam, do you have a pick? There's a 36.5.
Yeah, brutal.
I am leaning Lane the number. I'm not sold on Russ, but we'll see how the rest of the week shakes out. If I end up getting butt fucked and I'm trying to climb my way back, then I might lay the number.
May not use that word. Ginger's listening,
What?
dude. I'm not repeating the word. Come on, man.
Say it.
No.
You won't.
Petunia.
I'm leaning -6.5 Steelers. If they can establish a run game, I think they outscore the Giants in the first half by 14 or 17 points. We were talking shit on
Just take the first half money line. Just take the first half money line.
I don't know if you can get money line. You might be able to get 3.5.
no
though.
3.5 spread. Yeah. I don't know. Look, we talk shit on Russ, and he threw the ball down the field well. I thought the Steelers were going to lose that game against the Jets. They didn't. I didn't want to lose the Weaver that week, so I put money on the Jets and ended up losing it. So.
And then they got butt fucked.
All right.
Your favorite
All
word.
right. How do you spell it? Don't-
T-N-E-O.
E-N.
Daniel Jones on the road. He's not playing in New York. He might throw a touchdown this week. You never know.
Yeah,
That's true.
He
Hasn't
has
thrown
not
in
thrown a
640
touchdown in New
days.
York. Yeah, 600 plus days.
640 plus days. It's been since
Right.
New Year's Day 2023, I'm pretty
How's he
sure.
still your
But it is
quarterback?
also Danny
Because
Dimes
he's
in
not
prime
that bad
time.
on the road, and especially
It
as a
is
big underdog.
Bench him at home.
And prime time.
This is
Prime
where
time.
he actually ends up playing decent. I'm not going to lie.
Prime time.
I'm not touching this game. 36.5 is crazy low. Yikers. Yeah.
How low can you go?
How low can we go? Too low. Speaking of
Yeah.
low, no, that has nothing to do with what we're about to talk about. We're gonna go
Low
into CFB.
College football.
A
Love
little bit of
CFB.
college football action. Weaver,
I
you
love
said you have
college-
more
I
college
love
picks
the-
this week. Why don't you
I
start?
love
Get
the
it, man. I want to be hyped for Saturday. Let me run through a wall, man. Come on, get me going, man.
You ain't running through no wall.
I'm ready, man. Let me run through that paper mache wall, man. I'm ready.
Yeah, you need some
I'm ready,
milk, brother.
brother. I'm ready, man.
God damn.
I'm ready.
I love the slate.
Hit me.
My first game I have. My first game is I have Vanderbilt plus 18.5.
Oh man, it would be so goddamn funny if they win that game, man.
They could.
Vanderbilt plus 18.5. I really think that it's going to be in Vanderbilt. I know Vanderbilt doesn't like sell out or anything, but like
Half their stadium's under renovation.
I know, but they against Texas off of a pretty bad loss, and Vanderbilt just I mean they're playing with house money. I'm gonna save my favorite pick till the end. Then I have Alabama minus 13.5 versus Missouri. Missouri is a bunch of frauds. Auburn should have
Bro,
won that.
just mad Auburn
Won
lost.
the game.
Warning!
Quarterback goes to the hospital, comes back, warms up on the practice field next door, comes in, beats Auburn.
We're up 17-3. I'm not getting into it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Alabama minus 13.5. They're frauds. So my pick that I did have, but I'm kind of, I have Indiana minus 6.5 versus Washington right now, but their quarterback's out,
Yeah, he's not playing.
Mm-hmm.
so it makes me a tad nervous. But I can't let my boys down. They came through last week. Indiana minus 6.5 versus Washington. Washington's having to travel across country. I'm feeling it. Then with the Corn Huskers at Ohio State plus 25.
I was gonna say they're catching a lot of points.
25.5 is I know they just got beat by 49 points against Indiana. I just don't think there's any way that happens again.
Is it a get
State's
right spot when you go to Ohio State though?
No.
I don't know, but I mean they're they're going to come out trying to prove that they are better than what they showed last week. And if you look, I actually was listening. Shout out Will Compton. I was listening to his thing. I was listening to what he said, and I went back and watched. I watched the Insider film because ESPN Plus lets you kind of like break down some of the stuff that they have. They're like the score does not reflect like they got beat bad, but like they had a lot of red zone drives that ended in turnovers, and they just were not.
Ray
executing
Raiola
it.
was so bad, dude.
He was bad.
That was his first like true freshman game, man.
Right. 25.5 is a lot of points.
It is.
And Nebraska's not as bad as I thought. And then BYU plus 1.5. Can somebody explain to me why that they're plus 1.5?
I don't know, man.
UCF?
I don't know, man.
But BYU plus 1.5. What the fuck are we doing?
I don't know, man.
And then my favorite pick, the Fighting Farmers plus 21.5 points. On the road at number 1 Oregon.
They're gonna get mobbed.
I liked it at 21.5. It would have been if it would have been at 20.5, I probably wouldn't have taken it, but 21.5, I like it a little bit better. Keeps it within 3 scores. I like it. And then should I go through my dog of the week?
Yeah, why not? Is it one of your picks? Yeah, we'll wait till the end. We'll wait till the end.
We'll wait.
Wait.
Okay, yeah, that's my college football.
Go
pick.
ahead, Sean.
No, you go first.
No.
No, I really want you to go first.
No.
No, you have
No.
to go first.
No.
No, because
You have to say 'em,
you
though.
have to because I want to see if I'm fading you because I'm pretty sure I'm fading you.
Well, I want to hear I want to know the.
I texted you. I texted before. I texted to both of them. I said I have one pick that I'm 99% sure I will be fading Sam on, and I have one pick that I'm 75% sure that I will be fading Luke on. And the Luke one already, I am fading him. You can. I'll
Okay.
let you think about which one, and then Sam, just tell me your picks.
I think I know which one you're fading me on.
Okay.
It's 2 of them.
That's nuts. All right. I'll start it. Navy plus 13.5 against Notre Dame.
That's
Navy's,
a fun game. Man.
Yeah, huge game.
That is a fun game.
Yeah, I think they can establish a good
Service Academy's getting me riled up. Got me feeling nicey.
run. Bring home those 13.5
Salute our
points.
troops.
Hell yeah, brother.
Come on, Sean. Salute. There it
Love
is.
you, Navy. 13.5. I think it's a good spot for them, especially because we were talking about playoffs. They have to beat one of these teams to get into the playoffs, and Notre Dame's sitting at 12, the last playoff spot. This is going to make these guys hungry, and I think 13.5 points is giving way too many to Navy, who might have done a complete 180 from the team they used to be. They can throw the ball down the field, and they have that same run game. I feel good. I feel great. Leading into this one, BYU. I'm with you, Luke. I took it earlier in the week when they were favorited by 1.5. And I doubled down when they are an underdog. This jackass is smiling because he probably took
Because
UCF.
he's got the UCF
Um,
minus fucking 1.5. Scumbag.
Nuts.
Got me feeling
Um,
nicey.
You. Weaver.
I can't wait to tell you to eat shit.
21.5.
When BYU comes out in the UCF. And
Can we say that? Are we allowed
That's
to
what
say
it. No, that
that?
quarterback.
What's his nickname?
Hashtag BYJew. He has like T-shirts
Oh,
because he's a Jew,
I could buy one
he's
of
a
those.
Jew.
He's
their
he's
first ever-
Jewish.
yes.
but he's
Holy
I want to
shit.
buy one. I really might buy
I
one.
might buy one too. Oh my god. Great, go Jews. Hell yeah.
Oh,
NIL,
God.
let's get
I
on
don't
the
know if we can
pod.
say that.
Fine. What do you mean? I'm supportive. Love them.
I stand with Israel.
Yeah. I have Jewish friends.
We've lost the plot, fellas. We're talking football here. We've lost the plot.
What are you? Idiot Sam. All
Oh
right.
my! Okay.
Weaver completely ruined, tarnished, shat on, and then lit it on fire and put it in a brown paper bag on my front door. Illinois plus 21.5. I have that as well. This is their spot. That's all.
Always their spot.
This is their spot. That's all I'm saying. This is all their spot. Okay, and then I believe in North Carolina. I took more North Carolina money line over Virginia.
Have you ever gotten a North Carolina bet right?
No,
You're 0-1.
no one.
You do
What
love them though.
I love
You love
them. North Carolina. Give me the win.
All right, Sean. Let's hear this shit. Oh no.
Wait. I was also leaning Vanderbilt as well. I really like that pick. Texas put in Arch Manning. I know we talked about being hurt, but they might actually have to put him in this game. I think Vanderbilt is out for, everybody clowns on them, saying they're a fake SEC team.
I don't think anybody's clowning
Brother,
on them
they're top
anymore.
25.
dude.
Now they
They're
are.
ranked.
What?
First
They're
time since
25th.
Jay Cutler was there.
It's Army 23, Navy
I know.
24, Vandy 25.
I know, but they've always been
I think
clowned
they
on.
should be ranked higher, but
They've always been clowned
They did
on.
lose to Georgia State at home.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
mean,
crazy.
they had to have a Vanderbilt game somewhere.
And
Could
then
be this
my
week.
last one. This is a heavy lean. I'll probably end up taking it. I believe in my boys. Stresses me out that it's away. LSU, Texas A&M.
That game's fun, man. I don't
It's
know.
gonna be a great
I don't know
game.
what's gonna
I'm
happen
so
in
excited,
that
dude.
game.
This week's slate is so good
Tense.
too. I've had so much more fun watching college football than NFL football. NFL sucks.
I wanna
100%. I just wish I could bet on it better, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to take LSU. I really do.
I really have no idea what's going on in that
Go
game.
Tigers.
Dude, playing at Texas A&M is so tough.
Especially, dude, it's at
Playing
night,
Texas A&M
too.
is so tough.
Yeah.
I know it's so tough.
Can't believe Notre Dame beat them week 1 and then lost to NIU the week. Well, we'll
Yeah.
save your dog of the week for the end. I'll start. It's my first pick on a Friday. We got a Friday game in the slate.
Friday.
Okay.
Oh, can I guess? Can I guess?
Yeah, because there's only like 2 or 3
Can I
games.
guess? Well, there's 2. Okay. UNLV plus 3.5.
No, it's not that game. I do love that game.
Is it Rutgers? Is it Rutgers USC? Rutgers
Oh.
plus 13.5.
Louisville.
You bet Louisville Boston
I
College.
did bet Louisville Boston College.
Wow, that was a night game. I didn't. I really want to bet Rutgers plus 13.5. By the way,
I don't know. It does kind of feel like a USC get right spot though.
Syracuse. That game looks fun.
And-
That game
game
does
looks
look fun.
really
I don't
fun.
know who's gonna. I don't know. Pitt could have
All right,
a pick.
move on.
Well, you're gonna guess my bet, man.
No, we're not anymore.
Okay. Well, sorry, I picked the most boring game of the 3. I got Boston College plus 7.5.
Wow.
I think Louisville. They had that.
Golden Eagles.
They had that crazy game against Miami last week. They put their heart and soul into that game to win that game, try to get back into the swing of things, back into contention for the ACC, contention for the playoff. You lose that game, heartbreaker. Now you go on the road on a short week to Boston College. Boston College off a bye, catching more than a touchdown. Feels like too much. I think that I would not be surprised if Boston College wins this game outright. I think Louisville kind of sees their season going down the drain a little bit. Tyler Shupp is a nice quarterback, though, so I don't know if – I don't think – they're not my dog of the week, but I would not be surprised Boston College wins this game outright. But 7.5, that is a best bet for me of the week. Next, I have Minnesota -4 at home against Maryland. Maryland off the big win against USC. Now they go on the road. Play Minnesota. Minnesota is going to try and run the ball. It's just this is a really tough spot for Maryland, man. I mean, you get your big win on the season against a USC team that everybody really enjoys beating, and then you go the next week and you think you're kind of hot shit, and now you go play a team like Minnesota that's going to just try to pound it down your throat every single play.
Ooh, I love pounding it down
There
throats.
it is.
Yeah,
Knew
man.
it.
Hey, man. That's Big Ten football, baby.
Big Ten.
So, yeah,
Throat game strong.
right.
Minnesota -4. I'd probably put it at like -6, but I could see why they try to make it a little bit of a trap spot there. My next pick is UCF money line -110. I got it at
Really?
-110. UCF, BYU.
Sam, tell him to go fuck himself.
Go fuck yourself. You're a liar.
Come on.
and a thief.
Come on. I want to hear you.
BYU.
Put some chest into it, man.
BYU.
You got to believe in that shit, man.
Dude, Hawk stands with Hamas.
Read
Yo!
my shirt.
I stand with the bounce house, man. That's who I stand with.
You know where UCF is going to win?
So yeah, they're gonna win by 40 now.
In your dreams, buddy.
UCF, they're gonna be able to run the ball on BYU, man. Like BYU, they keep winning. Ollie Gordon finally had a good week last week against BYU, and UCF is a better running team than Oklahoma State has been on the year by a mile. They took out KJ Jefferson, and they've totally committed to the run at this point. I think this is a really good spot for them to get right, get a big win.
Dumpy at UCF.
Man, you should be wearing that. But yeah, UCF -110 money line. I think that, as like you said, they moved to what, 1.5, 2.5.
Yeah, it's 1.5. It's BYU plus 1.5.
Yeah, I think they get the big win to try to turn their season around. And I think BYU, they've been playing with fire for like, what, 4 weeks now, ever since that Baylor game. Every game, they're winning by one score. Last week, they should have probably lost. The Baylor game, they also probably should have lost.
UCF -2.
Oh, my God. Let me cook, man.
It's
That's
UCF
called
-2.
CLV, man. Closing line value. You don't know
3:30
nothing about that
PM.
because you bet Saints money line every week. Way. We'll go to dog of the week. Weaver, start us off.
My dog of the week. I actually really like this dog of the week. I have Michigan State plus 150
Ooh.
against Michigan.
I like it.
In the big house. Aiden
I
Child.
mean, Michigan State is 4-3, but 2 of those losses come from Oregon and Ohio State.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everybody else is going to lose.
They're
to
not
that.
bad. They're not bad. If Aiden Charles
So-
doesn't turn the ball over 18 times, they'll have a shot. It's just the problem is that sometimes
all
he
they
does
do
do
is stop
that.
the run. All they have to do is stop the run.
Yeah, so
because
did
Ohio
USC.
State- Because Michigan. Yeah. So I like that. It's my favorite out of all the underdogs.
I really don't
this
hate
week.
I like that.
It was a toss up between that and BYU, but
That would have been
I have a feeling.
plus 110. This guy.
Yeah, come on, man. Have some
My
balls.
God. Talking about balls. I'll tell you balls.
Oh, no.
Oh no!
You balls. It's between two teams, and both of them were big. Okay, I was between Vanderbilt and Illinois, and I don't care if I used up all my magic already. The Fighting Farmers
Oh,
are plus
I thought you were-
950. Bring it home. Take down Oregon, please. I'm using every
Wait, I
ounce.
have a quick
my magic.
question. I just
What?
have a quick question.
What?
Who's the quarterback for Illinois?
Breitmeyer. Why?
I don't know who it is.
It's
It's
Altmaier.
Luke Altmaier, guys.
Altmaier.
Come on.
I don't.
You
know.
guys
I don't know who it
hang
is.
on, though.
I knew it.
They're
I
going
don't
to get
know who he
mollywopped
is.
this week. I'm sorry.
I knew it.
I'll say
I knew it.
I'll say
Well,
it. But I didn't
'Cause I'm
bet.
not as big of a Illinois fan as Sam is, but
Luke
I know how
Altmaier.
always Sam says Illinois.
Luke Altmaier.
Breitmeyer. Anyways,
I mean, alt right, it's the same shit.
I've been right the whole season about Illinois.
Now
I
he's
feel it.
left.
I feel it. I feel it.
Now leaning to the
He's
left.
leaning left.
I feel it. Farmers.
You
If
felt
he
it
hits
every-
this, I really might kill myself because then dog of the week's gonna be over for the rest of the season.
plus 950.
That's what I'm saying. If he hits this week,
Why?
this dog of the week contest is over.
Why?
because-
Why are they going to? This
'Cause
is
I'm goated.
This is our longest episode ever. Why are they? Because Sam keeps telling us
It's
these
fine.
money
I don't care.
lines.
I want to talk.
He keeps telling us these money lines that we just have to talk about. Why are they going to beat Oregon? Tell me.
Listen, you just
Okay.
gotta believe. You just gotta believe.
They're going to get
sometimes.
passed all over. Oregon is going to probably. I bet on them plus 21.5, but I realistically could see them beating them by 49 points.
Illinois is just not a team that's going to be able to run and gun with teams.
At Oregon,
If you can just put up points, they stand no shot. I mean, even Penn State halfway put up points, and the game kind of was in hand the entire time.
They won by 2 scores.
They missed 3 field goals.
That guy's got to go.
He-
Guangdong Tigers.
He did. He did.
Sayonara. Magic spot.
Sorry,
This is the
Sean.
spot
Where's the football in the explanation? That's all I'm asking.
None.
Yeah.
There is none. This one is pure heart and soul. Okay, I'm saying it here
Full eyes. What's
in
the
my
saying?
Bratz T-shirt.
This is where we put the disclaimer in that we're not professionals.
Yeah, please gamble for sponsors.
Yeah, please actually
gamble.
do.
What's the Remember the Titans quote? Full eyes, full heart,
There's a
can't
million.
lose. Some shit.
That's Friday Night
Oh
Lights.
shit, dude. Fuck.
Shit.
We're a
Fighting
football. We're an in real life football podcast, not a football movie podcast.
Fighting Farmers plus 950.
Strong
Okay.
side.
Left side.
Strong side.
Illinois side. Anyway.
Because he looks like Bertier's mama.
No mountain high, ain't no valley low.
Sunshine,
no river
sunshine.
Wide enough, baby.
What's going on, Bertier? What's going on? He kissed me, man.
Good movie, man. Good movie. You're gonna need some of that magic for that bet. I'll tell you that. My last bet, as you can tell, I only faded one of Weaver's bets so far. I don't know if you said you took this one or if you were leaning it, but I took Washington plus 6.5. They're my dog of the week at plus 210. Wow.
No, I have Indiana minus 6.5.
I didn't know if you said you were leaning that or if you were taking it.
I'm thinking like
Washington's
I
gonna be able to throw on this Indiana defense, and you want to talk about a letdown spot? Everyone wants to root for Indiana right now. I know Coach Sig, man, he's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Everywhere he goes, he wins. Coach Elon, shout out my sister, Elon University. That's where she is right now.
Shout out Lily.
No,
Shout out.
That's where she is. That's where Coach Sig used to be.
Sam's ex-girlfriend.
That's not true.
Not true.
Hit him, Sean. I need you to hit him.
He's gonna get hit enough with these bets this week, man. Holy crap, Saints money line, man.
Very nice lady.
You're gonna die on
Very
that
nice.
hill.
Very nice lady.
Washington's going to be able to throw on this Indiana defense. Will Rogers is not a true freshman quarterback like Dylan Raiola is. He will not turn the ball over 18 times in the red zone. Washington has lost some games. Well, they lost to Rutgers. They've had some struggles in the red zone. They get the ball to the red zone quite often. They struggle to punch it in. I think this is a week it turns around. I think that Indiana, without that starting quarterback, Curtis Rourke, really good player. The backup came in, looked good. I forget it. He's like a freshman or sophomore, but when you're up by 20 already, you come in at home. It's going to be a little bit easier. Now you have to start the game, play the whole game. It's not really a rallying spot anymore. Game day's coming to town. Everyone was singing their praises on Fox Big Noon Kickoff last week. Everyone wants to root for Indiana. They're above Bama in the rankings. They're top 13. They're going to make the playoff. It just feels like the spot where it falls flat on their face. Washington comes out, keeps this game close. That's why 6.5 is an official pick for me. And then my dog of the week at plus 210. I think Will Rogers does enough. And Justin Coleman, that running back, I like him a lot, man. He's shifty. And I think they'll be able to put up points against this Indiana defense, who's good, don't get me wrong, but I think they're going to be on the field a lot with that backup quarterback. I think Washington pulls this out. Play some Big Ten football all the way up there in the Pacific Northwest, coming to Indiana. I know it's hard to go across the country, but I really wanted this at 7. It dropped to 6.5. I didn't get there in time, but 6.5, I still like it. 7, I would have probably put 2 units on it, and then plus 210 is my dog of the week. The Huskies roll.
That wraps up football.
Oh, it's Michael
but this is a
Penix Bowl. I
little
didn't even
side-
say that. Sorry, it's the Michael Penix Bowl.
Yeah, Michael Penix Bowl. So we're this is a little extra segment because I got hit with a question by Sean in our group chat between him and Sam debating.
If you just care about football, you can click off.
This is not.
Click off.
We're going to do a little bit of baseball here.
This is for us. 30-second timeout. This is for us.
You want me to pose the question?
Yeah. Pose the question. I want to hear your guys' arguments, and then because I have mine already in my brain. I'm not going to account for anything that's going on. But you guys almost got into. You said almost fist
He was
fought each
drunk.
other over this.
He was yelling at me.
First of all, you were the one that was more passionate about your take. I will. I'm drunk right now. I'll fist fight now.
No, dude. It was word for word. This is my opinion. Well, your opinion's wrong.
How is that? That's not me fighting you. That's me telling you
Bro.
the truth.
Okay.
Okay, pose the question.
Okay, so the question is, so obviously Shohei Ohtani signed for however much money, and the Dodgers have him for 8 years left on that contract. He is 28.
700. I thought it was 10 years. I thought it was 10 years, 700 million.
Yeah.
So he's a year in. So they'll have him for 9 more years.
Yep.
And he's what, 28 years old, 29 years old?
Let me
It's
double check.
yeah, double check,
that.
but I'm pretty sure it's something like that.
He is
'Cause
30.
He's 30 years old. Shohei Ohtani, you can have Shohei Ohtani for 9 more years. He's 30 years
You
old.
said 12 years. The question you posed to me was 12 years.
No.
You did Ohtani for 12.
The question was, would you rather have Ohtani for the 9 years he has left on his contract, or would you rather sign Juan Soto this offseason to a 12-year deal? Would you rather have 12 years of Juan Soto or 9 years of Ohtani at this?
You texted me the other way around. You texted me the other
No,
way
I did
Couldn't have
not.
been. So while they look for it, let me talk. I would rather have Ohtani, and I believe in this firmly. Ohtani.
Yeah. Soto for 12 years or Ohtani for 8?
Yeah.
Yep.
So, like I
Thank
said,
you.
Ohtani he's going to go down as the best baseball player in history. Look, he can pitch and he can hit. He has the numbers hitting every single year. Pitching, I mean, if he throws 20 games for you, you're happy. If there's 18 games for you, you're happy. He's an incredible. He excels in on both sides of the field. Juan Soto, I mean, we joke about it, but he's he's kind of a shit fielder, and we're always confused as to how he gets picked for a Gold Glove finalist. He's a shit fielder. He can rake. Like, the guy could flat out hit. But look at Ohtani's numbers. Ohtani, he's not hitting as well as Juan Soto in the playoffs. He's 0 for 22 before last game with nobody on. He's 7 for 9 with runners on. You're comparing apples to oranges. They're two different players. Like, Ohtani can literally step on a mound and go 3 for 3. He can win a game single-handedly.
So
Juan Soto
he doesn't
can't.
hit when he pitches.
It's a figure of speech, but it's legitimate. You can get 20 games out of him on the bump, and if he goes,
Can you now, though? Do we
Yes.
know that for
No,
sure?
yeah.
We
Dude,
don't know that for sure.
Okay, but some guys don't come back well. Some guys do. Look at Tim Lincecum when he came back, insane. Clayton Kershaw, insane.
Was he? Tim Lincecum's prime was like 4 years, and then he was mid.
He was not mid.
Yes,
Tim
he
Lincecum-
was. After his prime 4 years, Tim Lincecum was
He
mid.
fell off the map.
He
He
fell off the map.
absolutely fell off the map.
Yeah.
All
Regardless,
right.
Verlander-
So now that I know both sides of the table,
Wait, let me say
Sean, go
mine.
ahead.
I want to make.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
So
Hawk.
Juan Soto is what, 25? We said
25.
he's 25. You'll have him for. He's arguably the best hitter on the planet. Pound for pound, age for age, he's definitely the best hitter on the planet.
Pound for pound is crazy.
Like age for age, like he's
Yeah,
25. So if you take that into account and weigh and prorate it, he's the best hitter on the planet.
Mhm.
You have him for 12 years, and all you're asking him to do is hit. Shohei Ohtani, we don't know what he will be on the mound. He is a very good pitcher. He's not a great pitcher. He's like a 3-3 guy. He was a 3-3 guy at his peak, and then he blew out his arm. He's also arguably, these are like top 3 hitters in the league. It's Judge, Soto, and Ohtani. There's really no arguing there. But you have a guy that's 30 off an elbow injury that you're going to try to ask to pitch. You don't know about his health. You have him for
I want to put Lindor at number 4.
Crazy.
that's
All right, keep going.
insanity. And so you get Juan Soto, the best hitter of our arguably of our generation. He's 25. He's already played in the World Series. Now going to be twice. He's performed in the playoffs consistently. All he does is have an on-base percentage over 450. That's like all he does. He just gets on base. He hits the
He
ball
walks.
hard.
And,
He
he
walks.
at an insane rate.
And now he's playing in New York. If they re-sign him, he's just going to be hitting into that short porch. He had, 41 homers this year? He's just going to do that every single year. He's 25, and he's already played in the league. He's already a seasoned vet at 25, and now you get 12 more years of him. His prime literally could be all 12 years. Ohtani, we don't know because of the injury, and you're banking on him to be able to pitch. We don't even know if he's going to be a starter. Do they bring him back and immediately put him in the starting rotation? I don't know.
Look, but you're talking about it prime. I'm going to bring up the big piece, Ryan Howard. He was the best hitter on the planet for 3 years, and then he tears his Achilles, and he was gone.
Well, who's the one coming off the injury?
I'm not saying it. Okay, that's it. That's an instance, dude. You're saying that Juan Soto is going to put up these numbers for 12 years.
I
in your
don't
head.
see how. Where do you see, what points to him slowing down? There's
anything can.
There's nothing
That's
that
what I'm
points to
saying.
it, though.
He could get injured at any time.
Well, then why would you sign anyone? You should never sign anybody because anybody could get hurt. That doesn't make any sense.
I understand that, but when you're signing him, you're expecting that. So if he doesn't hit 40 homers the next 12 years, then is he a bust?
Well, if Ohtani does the same thing, is he a bust? That's just you're just talking about players now. You're not,
Ohtani is more injury prone. Ohtani
and he's older. He's 5 years older.
I'm taking Ohtani. You have a better chance of winning a World Series with Shohei Ohtani than Juan Soto.
I have a pick.
Juan Soto won a World Series already.
Has Ohtani been in the league?
But like 4 or 5 years.
And
Since 2019, I think 2019 was his rookie year because
So 5 years. Juan Soto's been in the league for 6, and he won a World Series, and now he's going to his second one. This is
with the
Ohtani's first time to the playoffs, if you want to talk about that.
okay, it's with the Yankees. Dude, he played on the Angels. You can't.
He's on the Dodgers now.
On the Dodgers now, yeah, but you can't.
You're the one talking about World Series, though.
Okay, but yes, but he was on the Angels, dude. Are we serious?
He was on the Nationals. What are the Nationals since Juan Soto has left?
Oh my God, they had a Cinderella story. They won, like they.
And then Juan
cheating
Soto
team.
left. Now they're shit.
Turner left.
The whole program with the shit, dude. The Nationals.
Because Juan Soto left. So you're saying
He
Rendon
left because he
fell
got
off
signed, dude. He went to
They
a way
traded
better
him.
Team. Yeah, he went to a way better team.
he won a World Series with the Nationals, though.
Okay, but he went to a team that was already better, dude.
Okay, so did Ohtani.
You're asking me who I would rather want. I would rather want a guy that could do it on both sides of the field. He could pitch and he could hit. I don't think he's a mediocre pitcher either.
I didn't say he was mediocre. I said he's like a 3.335
3.3.
guy. That's
Okay.
not mediocre at all.
You said he's at.
That's above.
You
That's
said he's in the
above
like he's not amazing, but he's not bad.
I said he's not a great pitcher. He's not elite, but he's a good starting pitcher.
He's not. He's
Coming
not
off an arm
a
injury.
20 pitcher.
Coming off an arm injury. He hasn't pitched in a year and a half.
Can I make my selection?
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking Juan Soto.
Of
For
course.
12 years.
You're getting him
The
for
only
3
reason-
more years, and he's 5 years younger.
Because but one thing is too is that a statistic that I point to for any player is on base percentage. That's the only thing that I am like going to look at. I'm going to account for the fact that Ohtani pitches and everything else. But if a player's chase rate being as low as it is at 25 years old, that only increases, but the fact that it's so low now means even in 12 years, because in realistic, when you're signing somebody for anything longer than 8 years, you're just banking on the first like 5. You're just banking on the first like 5, 6, and then you're hoping that those years after they're a decent player, you might be able to get some trade value out of him. But you're really banking on the first early years. Then what I think is that you might have Ohtani as a pitcher 4 more, 5 more years, like, and you're still not going to start him every game because you don't want to take his bat out of the lineup. And even then, Ohtani's the best player on the planet right now. Ohtani's the best player on the planet. He's the best. He's the best baseball player to exist, might ever exist right at this moment. But if I'm signing somebody to a long-term contract, I'm going to take Soto because most likely I'm probably just going to DH Soto, but I think Soto's bat is more valuable than any sort of facet of pitching that you get out of Ohtani or whatever, because you're going to have to take a bat out of the lineup, and that's a huge hole to miss in your lineup when the Dodgers, who are going to be trying to build a dynasty around Ohtani.
I really think that there's also I agree with what you said when you sign these guys to these long-term deals, like you're not expecting 12 years of greatness. Like I look at a guy like Trey Turner signing with the Phillies. I don't think the Phillies were expecting him to be this kind of Trey Turner throughout his whole deal because he relies on the speed, he relies on the athleticism. But he's going to be great for like 6 years probably. I love Trey Turner, so that's not a knock on him at all. But I think that Juan Soto is also an outlier in that aspect. That like he has the kind of game that he could sustain that for years to come. I don't see anything that points to him slowing down. He doesn't really rely on torque. He doesn't have this big torquey swing that like when you get older you're gonna pull your like spleen or something a lot. Like when you get like that isn't a big part. Like you look at guys that succeed when they're older. It's guys that can like control the strike zone and guys that can make consistent hard contact. And I think that Juan Soto is someone that already does that at 25. And he's done that. He's proved that he can consistently do it. What's his worst year is probably his first year in San Diego. And they're like, oh, he sucked that year. And he hit like 275 with like a OBP. It was very high above average. It's just that team was a disaster class of like meshing in the locker room. And now you put him on a Yankees team where you give him a little bit of protection behind him in Aaron Judge, and now he's going to see pitches and he's mashing again. Like he's still mashing and he's still walking at probably the highest clip in the entire league. I just think he's probably the most sustainable superstar in Major League Baseball right now. And I think 12 years, 25, by the end of that, he's 37. I'm not saying he's going to be a superstar at 37, but I think he's going to be a good hitter at 32. I would put money on him being a good hitter at 32, if not still an elite hitter, because he will still walk at a high clip.
Yeah, but like I said, like you're saying, with the years assigning somebody, there's so much room for error. I mean, we said the same thing about Mike Trout. We were like, holy crap, this guy might be the best player to ever step on a baseball field. And look at him. I mean, I know he's injury prone, but like people forgot about him almost. Like we talked about him being probably when we watched him in his first 3 years, we were like, holy shit. That he was a better fielder than Soto, and I think he hit the same clip.
Mike Trout is still my goat. I'll die on that hill.
I love him, dude. New Jersey boy. But he
Can agree.
you don't know. With all these years, I don't know.
Yeah, but
Either way, let's wrap this up.
Oh.
Let's wrap this up. We're in a good spot.
No,
We're in a good spot. We're in a good
I want to
spot.
hear it.
You guys can argue about this after the
One more thing. Let me just my last point. Like you keep
One more
saying
thing
that,
and
like,
then that's it.
when you sign these guys to these long-term deals, you never know. You never know. But I think that there's much more high of an argument that there is more to be worried about with Ohtani because of the pitching, because of the torquey swing, because he relies on speed, because he's already been injured, than Juan Soto, the guy who's 25 and young and has never really had the injury problems in the past. I mean,
You just jinxed him.
obviously he could get hurt at any point. Like that's a
him.
problem with any signing. But when you're comparing the two, there's obviously one that I'm a little bit more stressed about because of what he does on the field and what has happened in the past. I just don't see how that's really an argument that can be made when comparing these two players, signing them to long-term deals. And he's 5 years younger. I've said it a bunch, but he's 5 years younger.
You're talking about perfect world. A perfect world, I'm taking to Ohtani. His arm's healthy and his bat's good.
I'm not talking perfect world.
You
I'm
are.
talking that I would trust. I am less worried about Soto, and I think it's a very, very comparable bat, if not a better bat. And I'm a little bit more worried, and he's younger. So he's still going to be in his prime for longer.
I'm taking the GOAT. I'm taking Ohtani.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Please
Let's
let
wrap this
us
up.
know your answers to this question.
We're gonna put a poll out on the Twitter. Go ahead and vote on it. Do whatever you want with it. But we appreciate everybody tuning in. This is a little bit longer of a pod, but I'm all good with it. We had a lot of good conversations, a lot of dumb picks, a lot of great picks. But overall, good night, good morning, whatever time of day you're listening to this. Follow us on the Twitter, Not So Hot Takes 2 underscores. Subscribe to the pod. Subscribe to the YouTube. Salute the troops.
Love the troops. Love them. Absolutely love them. And actually, it'd be good morning, good afternoon, and good night.
All right. We are out of here.
Later.
Peace out, fellas.